Let's make some noise. Good running. John Deere out of Ocean, Iowa coming up. We got one right behind us.
Working. Of course, super mod 4-wheel drives.
It's kind of dying off, and they opened the cubic inch and stuff up on them, and it seems like a lot of people have come back out.
All right, so this is our... Well, nothing finished. Two-wheeler. Amanda really throwing the dirt. I think we're going to have our son. Perfect. John Deere.
I muted myself at the beginning of my own podcast with Kenzie and Mike. Welcome. Hello, friends. Jason Schultz here. Kenzie Teeting. Mike Idle. He's a teacher. He writes awesome articles. If you haven't yet, head over to beermoneypullingteam.com. Click on blog. Terry Hagedorn is going to be our guest at 8:30. What was your title of it tonight, Mike? Can you share the blog? Go to Beer Money.
I think it was High Gear Hags History. Terry terrorizes other trucks from day one. So
did you ask him if it's okay to call him Hags?
High Gear Hag, that's his unofficial nickname. That's what they say. I heard that's what Dan Mayer calls him. And if Dan Mayer can say it, then it's it's good.
If Dan Mayer says it, here, Kenzie's going to do a screen share of your
That's
blog.
gospel in pulling.
Yep. So welcome everybody. Let's Grow Pulling. Again, thanks for joining us every Monday night. There, you scroll up to the top. So we're going to beermoneypullingteam.com. Where's his picture? I like the title. That's what I want to show.
Oh.
That's what I want to show. So Mike writes a weekly blog, and it's at beermoneypullingteam.com. You click on blog, and it typically Mike, I shouldn't say Mike writes it around.
Yeah, that's
Mike writes it around our guests that we're going to have on the show.
Other than Jason, you can say we because on the website, and you're like the man of the website, do you know who it has listed as the author on the back side? Because, like, it's your thing. So the author is listed as Jason Schultz. So collaborative effort.
So Jason Schultz pays Mike Idle to write articles for the Beer Money Club. I want to be transparent on that. So, so welcome everybody. Let's go pulling weekend recap. Kenzie and I went down to Sevierville, Tennessee. So raise your hand if you've heard of fall break for high school kids. Yeah, me neither. I guess in the South, there's a line somewhere in the United States. You can throw the comments up when you get a chance, Kenzie, and I'll talk about them if they're really good or not. The kids get a week off. And Sevierville, Tennessee is the Colorado's checking in. Mike Horton. Mike watches the show a lot. Robert Miner's in from Nebraska. Hey, Dan's checking in. Don's checking in from Neenah. Neenah, Wisconsin. Mark Kitten's watching on YouTube. He's your announcer at the North Carolina State Fair this coming week, one of our upcoming events. And probably our most passionate fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Allie Lowndes. He has like 3 real names, but he's having some fun.
Jared
Jones. If you watch Full Pull Live, he's your TNT champion, supermodel. I am a fan of 4-wheel drives with blowers on them. That was fun to see those long wheelbase trucks and talk about that.
It's the only class I've never seen live. That's the only one, and I was so looking forward to watching them live streaming this weekend. Got busy with my son's birthday, but
with your subscription, you can go back and watch past events.
I have full into. What do you think we're gonna do once we get off of Let's Go Pulling tonight? We're just going right on over.
You're gonna go to bed. I hope you're gonna go to bed
at some point.
So we had a blast in Sevierville, Tennessee. We had 80 hooks each night. TNT is an awesome group. They put on an awesome show. They're going to be in Bardstown, Kentucky this coming weekend as well. And then Lexington, Kentucky, that first full weekend in January. I don't know the exact dates on it, but we're excited.
2nd through the 4th.
And then, Marie Filiatro and I snuck up behind her and took a selfie with her.
Oh,
she's like, thanks for the picture. I'm like, you really didn't have a choice, Mike. If you notice, that's how I do those kinds of things. I just got behind her and did that. So anyway, Kenzie night, if you watch the opening of the show, we played the winter videos from both nights. Saw some really tough running 3.0 diesel trucks each night. What TNT does is they flip the order, Mike, top to bottom each night. So if you're first class Friday night, you're last class on Saturday night. They just do that.
Sure.
And I think that's what's the sign language?
No, I just.
Just like that. They just do that. So diesel trucks for last Friday night. The track got a little rough on them. They were first class Saturday night, so different driving styles and different things like that. Alfie's checking in from Australia. We've had people from Australia watch some podcasts before, right? So.
We had a guy from Australia come up and hang out with me at the announcer's booth in Rock Valley, Iowa this year. I mean, pulling is global, man. I don't remember his name. I'll have to look back through. It was something basic like Dan or Bill or Fred, but they like pulling down under.
I like it. So Sevierville, Tennessee was awesome. Again, fullpull.live. We had you covered all weekend long. Dan Mayer was our announcer. I was doing some into the track interviews. Kenzie and Doug were on cameras. Rogo and Allie were running production. We had a good weekend. Jeremy Krieger called the show for TNT. So I would say we had some high-powered announcers down there. And then this weekend, we're heading to North Carolina, to Raleigh for the North Carolina State Fair. 1 session Friday night, 2 on Saturday, and then 1 on Sunday. And that's going to be all NTPA action there this weekend. Again, we'll have you covered. Doug's already there with the production trailer. And they'll start setting up on Thursday, and it will be live Friday night for that.
His drive was probably significantly shorter than yours. I bet Sevierville to Raleigh.
He had to go north. We have our first spammer, Jackson Kristen. Hi, Jackson. How are you tonight, honey?
I can't even do anything about it.
Do I have to get rid of her?
Here,
Mike, she's hitting on you. She got your Tinder. She got your Tinder profile. So. But yeah, Mark's anyway. So Doug had to go back up because of Asheville. The road's gone through the gorge or whatever. I'm not a truck driver. But when the Hurricane Helene came through and washed out the road, Doug had to go north and then east again to get to North Carolina. Otherwise,
he had to go back to Wisconsin to understand that was like his reference point. He's one of those people. He's got to go back to point A, and then he can only go places from just kidding, Doug. Just kidding.
Yeah. So Sevierville, Tennessee was a hoot. Congratulations to all the points champions and all the winners. Again, the winner videos are up at Full Pull Facebook, Full Pull YouTube, as well as the replay there. Our very own Chandler Pickler went to Salem, Ohio, and and got some stuff for our Pulling with Garden Tractors YouTube and Facebook page. And got some really cool, got the drone up there, got a really cool, we got a really popular video of Overkill, a little Minneapolis Moline diesel garden tractor, doing really good right now. Did you want to share that?
Mm-hmm.
Kenzie's going to share that in a second. Then he also went to the National Remote Control Championships in Ohio. And our 2 tractors are there. We have our 4-1 and we have our Super Stock. They competed out there as well. So I think one of them got 3rd in points this year. So it did better than I did in real life, Mike.
the 16 scale outperforms the true model. So
yep,
it is what you always want your kids to do better. It's like the same thing,
right? So here is that video we're talking about. That's what we got.
$261.99 for Matt. Ted on Overkill on the sled. John Beachy on standby. Kenton, get ready. Wesley Bryan, first, 257.93.
I can't exactly look right now.
Oh, you know, no tab. I wouldn't have downloaded it.
Yeah, I think that's one thing. That's perfect.
It's okay. I'll just write you thinking that next time. Good. All right, go ahead and kill that one then.
other than
So that
the
was
lack of fire out of the stack. That sounds, I mean, the way he builds a boost, that was identical to the big boys. I wanted like a little flame coming out of the stack though, just for the cherry on top.
Hey, let's see if they call that extra margarine instead of extra butter. That's funny. The guys from South Africa signed the camper at Bowling Green. I think this show is worldwide. Well, I think, yeah. People know us from other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Alfie Adams says, love watching your videos. Shame there are not many tractor pull in Australia. I wish there was. We're going to go down to an Australian pull, though, Mike. I promise you. Matt Carter's checking in. He was in Benson this weekend. Von Coy's listening from New Zealand. Hey, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it. And then yeah, did you find a remote control video?
He has posted.
Okay, so we're going to post some remote control pulling videos on our Facebook page and YouTube page as well from that. And then our very own Julianne Little Kent, she went to the Richland Center, our hometown, Friday night for the diesel truck pulls that they had, and they had some super stock gas trucks. And then we had then she went to Pickett, Wisconsin, Saturday night for a farm pull. So we had a lot of fun with that. A lot of fun with that as well. Oh, Kenzie, we found a video. So it's a little mini rod. A lot of the pullers build like replicas of the big trucks and tractors, Mike. So it's kind of cool.
Mm. And this was in Ohio?
Yeah.
In a hotel basically.
And a big hotel like lobby is where they did it at. So, and it show if you scroll down, you can show pictures of our tractors. He took a picture.
Yeah.
Just put those on the screen quick.
Mm-hmm.
So Darren Mealy, who lives out in Pennsylvania, built these tractors for me, and then Kyle and Kristen Barazanik, they run them for us, Mike. There's our tractors. So there's a Super on the left, and we're parked next to Tinker Toy. I just want to point that out. That's kind of a big deal there. So
This is a foreshadowing of Broadbent Arena, right?
yeah,
That's what we're anticipating here.
we're not applying for Louisville, Mike. So
This is news. I did not know that.
yeah, Doug, we just got to do some things and just want to take the winter off from pulling. So it's all good.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
we can
Breaking
recap.
news.
We can recap Sevierville, Tennessee, Salem, Ohio. We touched on everything. The National Remote Control Pulling Championships, right? Talk about the Hub City Dirt Drags are out here in Richland Center. Jared, there's 500 entries, including monster truck. Yeah, so Jared, who has Big Nasty,
Mm-hmm.
also has like 14 little remote control pullers.
Oh, I did not
He
know
was
that.
telling me. So, guys, I have a ton of video up on Full Pull Facebook from the weekend. Just tons of videos, just random stuff throughout the pits and things like that. Holiday. Yes, that's
Yes,
it.
that
Holiday
one.
City Turnpike. Yes, Terry Earls was down there as well
Mhm.
in Sevierville, and looking forward to North Carolina State Fair in Raleigh. I've never seen that many people in my life at a fair, Mike, ever. Terry Hagedorn is going to talk about fair pulling here in about 15 minutes. He says he has a couple wins at some pulls, but the one thing I remember from the state fair last year, Bert Forbes and I, and Bert will be working with us with Full Pull this weekend alongside Dan. They had a Krispy Kreme cheeseburger. Okay, so the bun was Krispy Kreme donuts, and then as a cheeseburger, as I rubbed my big belly, it was so good.
You call that an experience meter, Jason? That's you can give
experience
people
meter.
honest food reviews when you have an
Oh,
experience meter.
So Kenzie's my tractor pulling wife. We spend a lot of time together in the car going to these pulls. So she hears me like, "Hey, I'm gonna catch up on emails today," and I never do. And then she hears me, I'm gonna go on a diet. Well, at 2 a.m. this morning, I stopped at Taco Bell because I was hungry. So that's not on the diet. So I am a bad person. I want to admit. I feel like if I admit it, right?
Yeah.
Then
the
maybe
second
that'll help
step
me.
is
Yeah,
acceptance.
the first step is denial.
Yeah.
The first step.
First,
Is denial.
you're going through the 7 stages of grief when it
No, I
comes
lost.
to your eating habits.
No, I lost weight last summer, and I looked halfway skinny, and I'm not pretty, but I don't want to be offensive. That's what you know what I'm saying, Mike. Like as a guy. So weekend recap. Let's go into how did they name your puller?
Yes,
Did you
let's
make a
do
cool
that.
graphic yet?
No,
Do you-
Hope did.
Oh, she did.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
the one
right.
that is.
So this is a new segment we do every week now. We're always going to open up with a weekend recap, talk about some upcoming events. We're going to bring our special guest on at 8:30. 9 o'clock is going to be our throwing it back with Mike
Pulling
Idle.
through the past.
Pulling through the past.
Pulling through the past. And then 9:30 for the next month, we're going to have the Massetti, I don't know, Massetti Mania, Massetti Mafia, Massetti
it's
people.
not
Ooh,
Not
Massetti
mafia, but-
Mania.
We're
It
going to have the
certainly-
Massetti and Friends.
Massetti
Massetti and Friends from MLM Motorsports. Come on, talk about the GSI coming up there out there in California. So go ahead. Let's. Do you have any cool sound effects queued up yet? You haven't had time.
No,
We still have the
You've
applause
got the
button.
drum roll. You've got the drum roll.
I got the drum
Okay,
roll.
so yeah, play the drum roll, and then we'll go to weekend recap.
Well, can't you play so I can click on the?
We got to tell me what to do. Where's that in the brand?
It's in the sound effects
To hire.
background music.
Up,
Yeah. No,
down
Danny,
here?
you were just there.
So I do drum roll,
Mhm.
and then you get ready
Yeah,
to push to the. So we'll
to push the button. Yeah.
get ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I mean, Jason.
How did you name your puller, Mike? We're going to work on our timing a little bit.
Yeah,
We're
I
going to work
found
on our
it.
timing
It
a little.
was-
How did you name your puller? So every week, Hope puts our general manager puts a post out on social media. People answer that, and then we share it on Let's Grow Pulling. Who do you got first, Kenzie? Levi Thomas, wives competition. Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty honest there, Mike. I don't know. How else would you say that one, Mike Idle?
You know, we see this a lot though. The mistress, the other woman, side piece. I mean, this is a common theme in pulling. You know, you see this one quite a bit.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. So that picture was taken by Jesse Post. I see his logo.
Mhm.
And then that's the old Gordyville, Mike, Rantoul, Illinois style.
Mhm.
So two Gordyvilles ago.
Two Gordyville. How did you name your puller? Our second, you want me to drum roll it every time? Or
No.
That'd be cool.
That'd be.
That'd be cool.
I'm just telling you. Okay. Logan, is it Haas or Haas? Hassy?
Probably.
You don't know? Scrap pile because it's built from other people's leftovers. Laugh
Yeah.
out loud. That's not bad.
Frankenstein. That's Frankenstein
What's
vibe.
was that Johnny Cash One Piece at a Time? The song?
Oh yeah.
Then he built a Cadillac and he sang about it. It
Yeah.
was 76, 69, 65, 68. Yeah. All right. Next one. How
100%.
did you name your puller? Kenzie's laughing.
What? What?
All right. All right.
What? What?
I don't even know if I should read that. This is a
No,
family
they
show.
can read. They can read.
The Punisher. Where is
This
the
guy's
Punisher?
having fun. Who is this? I want to. This guy's.
Yeah. Can we?
Is this anonymous?
Is it? No, it's underneath our.
Yeah, it's Marcus. I can't see it.
It's under. We have stats up on our thing, so you can't see it.
Moving
But
on.
yeah. So the Punisher. Thank you, Marcus.
Punisher.
I like that. That's pretty good. Blood money, because we are butchers and we have to spill some blood to make that
Well,
money.
now that I like. That's
that looks
clever.
like a 3-0
cool.
truck. I like it. So the names are underneath our stats up there. Is that why we can't read the pullers' names?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to talk to our design lady.
Design lane, yeah.
Hopefully she's watching tonight. Chris Jones, like hot mess, because it is one. That's solid. That is solid. That looks like an altered farm type of a tractor. It's got a ROPS on it. Good stuff. How did you name your puller? Brett Story. Mine is called Scrapyard Hottie because she was the hottest thing in the scrapyard. All right. That looks like a gas truck, doesn't it, Mike?
Yes, there's a theme here. A lot of people tonight, they're being a little hard on their vehicles here, scrap pile and scrap yard, with the exception of one. We have one very confident individual. Everyone's kind of downplaying themselves this evening. Oh, it's a pile of scrap, but then we have one incredibly confident individual.
The Braid Alley guy's embarrassed.
Mike, who names their wiener? That I just have to come out and say that. The Punisher is named after his wiener. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your honesty. That's good stuff there.
He's a confident man.
How did you name your puller? Next up, we have. It's named Who Made Who, because I built it after I beat Bone. Oh, now this is a good one. Okay, I should pre-read these. But after I beat bone cancer and I lost my right arm, I was determined to be able to do what I felt I used to be able to do and build as much of it as I could myself. Not that I didn't have some help along the way, but for the most part, I built it. Who made who?
That's cool. That's cool. I like that.
Cool.
Well done, Matt. Well done, Mr. Ellenberger.
High school sweetheart. This was my daily driver in high school. Now that's cool.
That's like every puller's dream. I feel like that's kind of where it starts. Of course, you want your big hot rod, but everyone kind of says, if I could go back and take my vehicle. Jason, what was your first vehicle and what class would you have to put it in if it was a pulling vehicle?
Here's an 82 Chevy Cavalier. It cost $550, and I put a really nice Sony cassette deck in it that cost $400. So I had a $400 cassette deck with $100 6x9s from Best Buy, and the car cost $550. It had so much rust in it, Mike. I locked the keys in it once. I was able to reach up through the floorboard and unlock it.
So you would be like you'd take the body off it and put it in like a super modified 2-wheel drive.
Yeah,
truck.
I'd make it a 2-wheeler. I'd send it down to Terry Hagedorn and put a big mountain motor on it and go pull it.
You put it the naturally aspirated 2-wheel drives in.
There you go.
Yep.
How did you name your puller? Our next entry is Trevor Holton. I know that guy. I met him at Gordyville. Blue Vengeance, because of the fact I'm trying to beat the red guys and get revenge with the blue one. I like that.
Need to see more blue out there. Need to see more Ford and Ford.
We saw some pretty ones this weekend.
The Gordons.
Yeah, they have Total Recalled or
Total Recall 3 and Totally Hooked.
Yeah. There's a picture of them up on the TNT.
What do they call their mods? The hot rod mods or the hot? They're like econo mods, but that's not what they call them down there.
Yeah, they just call them hot rod. It's a single naturally aspirated motor.
The hot rod. There was one that had a Ford New Holland hood on it. That was cool looking.
Yep. Mark Cooper Sr. We named our tractor Split Decision. Half the family did not want it. The other half did.
That one, it used to be the half mini mo, half Oliver.
It was like it was a G.
That's a light limited
G.
super.
Yes.
That's a
It's
light
a G750 on one side and like a 1655 Oliver on the other. This was right at the tail end before White bought the companies, and they were identical production, like a grill in like the final G series and the 1600, whatever Oliver series is. They're identical. So yeah, it used to be an Oliver on one side and a Mini on the other. Super cool looking tractor.
Can you take that down?
Go ahead. Yeah, sorry. I know this guy.
I know this.
John Lee Holder from the Badger State. Can't Holder because it's my last name in it and it sounds cool. He's got a real pretty girl painted on the front of his bumper too. So I like that a lot.
That truck needs to meet the Punisher.
But drum roll. Or no, where's your applause button? I got that. That's my job, right?
Your job now.
Hold on, Mike. I'm a little slow.
Proud of you. This is the last one.
And last but not least, hold on. I'm going to do a drum roll. The last one. And go. Oh, we got to get better. I got to give you Brad Griffin. Ranch work was built in the back of the barn and is some good old ranch work. I like that. What year? That's an old Dodge, like Power Wagon, Mike. Can you tell?
Yeah, that's exactly what that would be. And I'm not a Dodge. I'm not a Mopar guy at all. So vintage would be the year on that one.
So let us know where you're tuning in from tonight. Terry Hagedorn sitting in the green room getting some makeup. The girls are feeding him great, brushing his hair right now. He's got a beautiful mustache.
Yep.
Mike, do we bring him on? We're gonna 1970 Power Wagon. Thank you, John Bohr. The California guys are still working, so that's a good thing. Do you want to play some of that video first before we bring Terry on, or you want to bring Terry on and then play the video? You're the host here.
Yeah, what we want to do, why don't you give the crowd a taste of the video, especially, Terry, he, in addition to being an incredibly competitive and successful puller out there, he is also an engine builder and an engine provider. So there was a spot in that video where we talked about some of the prototypes and development.
Did you say he's an engine provider? Did you say he's an engine provider?
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to build you one, isn't that kind of the same thing?
Terry, have you ever been called an engine provider before? We're gonna ask him. That's gonna be my first question, Terry. No,
I just want to skip to that part.
So we play the video, or it's she cut out 6 minutes of it, right?
Yeah.
Play the video. It's awesome. It was a fun shop tour. Play the video.
Okay.
And then you can bring Terry on and then run with it. Okay,
perfect.
Sounds good. Here we go.
We are at Hagedorn Racing Performance. Terry, can we take a look at your shop?
Yeah, come on in.
That sounds great.
General machining here, mill. We got a flow bench for testing heads. When we get a new customer in and he's got something in mind, we have to know that the airflow's there. So, a lot of heads we know what they flow, but if it's an oddball deal, then we check it. And if it runs really good, then we flow the head to see why it's running so good.
Yeah, a lot of the conversations we've had today have been about air and fuel. I mean, so much of the game is air and fuel and getting that there.
Yeah, because, I mean, back cuts on the valves and valve angle changes on the seats. And I tell a lot of guys, die grinder is a dangerous tool in the wrong hands.
Right here, Terry's got his own dyno. And you offer dyno services, I assume, as well.
Yeah. We've dyno for other motor builders and just whatever we can work them in.
So if I'm not even looking for a tune-up or anything, I'm just looking, hey, what kind of power am I making? I can schedule an appointment with you, and you can put us on the dyno, and you can give us our feedback right here.
We try to be real conservative when we're running your motor. We don't just throw them on there and throw the thing wide open. I call it sneaking up on it. So we'll start at maybe 4,000 and swing it up to 55 and take a look at it. If it's safe, and we start creeping it up. But a lot of guys that have street cars like it too, because I can break the motor in, make sure there's no oil leaks. Because it's $30,000 on a paint job, you don't want to be pulling the motor in and out 2 or 3 times.
True.
So we'll break them in on them for them and set them. So when they set them in, they just hook the hoses up and start it.
That's awesome. That is great. So you just put it right on here, and then you can control it. We saw that throttle control back over here, and you're going to get all your data. Is your data going to be displayed on this screen as well as our monitors back here?
Usually have 2 people, somebody monitoring the screen. The main screen there in front of the control is for me, but when we got a really high-powered motor on, you have to look through here and make sure everything's okay. So I switched to that screen.
Yeah.
So I can see the engine and the screen.
Now, there's a special club, if we want to talk about that, you yourself have entered on your motors a couple of times. What happens when you really, really push it up, especially if it's something you're comfortable with? What's that screen do?
Well, I call it the red zone club. When we start approaching the limit of the dyno, it lets you know because the screen just starts flashing red and beeping and carrying on. So that's up around 2,000 horsepower.
Yeah. So you know when it turns red.
When it's red, you're in the ballpark.
You're in the special club. So yeah.
This is a purpose-built engine Chevy Hemi.
This is the prototype. You have just started kind of developing this. Now there is one of these that's been down the track, right?
Yeah, the other one called the Game Changer is in the gunpowder truck. We had some difficulty with it. It's growing pains. We have, design flaws and all kinds of stuff, but it took a little while to get it straightened out. We think it's a really sound motor now. It's making some really nice numbers, and won't say what they are.
The big smile you got on your face answers that for me.
It's making plenty.
That's great.
Figure out how to use it.
Now you do something that I just love, and you kind of alluded to it. Your motors or your engines, I need to say that correctly, kind of near and dear to you because they've all got their own personality. So each and every one of them, you name them. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. They got a personality, so we give them a name.
So the one that's out there sitting in gunpowder, it's sitting in gunpowder and lead right now. It's called Game Changer.
Game Changer.
What did we name this beauty right here?
Well, this motor is set up for top end horsepower. The other Game Changer, we did it for massive torque. So we're going after two different combinations, and not to intimidate anybody. But this motor is going to be called Game Over.
I asked several pullers at the National Farm Machinery Show. I said, who can build, drive, and run the biggest cubic inch? And your name came up every time. Terry Hagedorn. What kind of cube are you? Can you tell the world what kind of cubic inch this thing is sitting at right now?
This motor's 820.
So 820.
One guy told me, old guy told me, so there's two ways of looking at this. Horsepower is how hard you hit the wall, and torque is how far you take the wall with you when you hit it.
How long have you been pulling, approximately?
Right at 40 years.
Four-wheel drive trucks the whole time?
Yep.
Why was that? That's my personal favorite class. Most of my buddies, they're diehard tractor people. They're diehard smoke people. It drives them nuts. But I'm a four-wheel drive truck guy. What brought you to that class early on?
Well, my dad wouldn't let me cut the tractor up.
So there you go.
And I was building some motors for some aspirated two-wheel drive guys, and I didn't really want to compete against them.
There you go.
And my wife was barrel racing, which I thought was boring.
And Sheila, poor Sheila, I'll give you a quick span. She's not in here to defend herself, so we'll say that the barrel racing. That's like one horsepower. Why would you want that when you can have
that you can't tune?
That's true.
So we made a compromise. She kind of laid off the barrel racing. I was drag racing at the time. She didn't like drag racing. I didn't care for the horse shows. So we decided to go truck pulling, and
we may have just put Terry in the doghouse live on Let's Grow Pulling for not editing the part where he called barrel racing boring. Terry, are you going to be in trouble for that comment? Sheila, are you going to let him know?
Oh, I see her arms.
I see her in here. She heard that. You can cut it off quite soon enough.
Yeah.
We always screw something up, Terry.
Well, Terry, thanks so much for coming on to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring on right now Terry Hagedorn, the Hagedorn Racing Engines, 11-time national champion in the pro modified or modified four-wheel drive truck division, depending on what association you're with, how they label it. Terry, first of all, thanks for coming on, and congratulations on your most recent points championship, 2024, with the Pro Pulling League. What was your key to success this year, and what does number 11 mean to you?
Well, the championship was won because we had the new motor in it. It took us a little while to figure out what to do with that thing. We still haven't figured it out completely, but we didn't really know what to do with the extra power until about mid-season. Sometimes your ego gets in the way of winning, and that thing makes enough torque, it'll pull about any final I want to put in it. But they don't call me High Gear Hag for nothing, and sometimes I get a little carried away.
Okay, I feel better. Mike, I feel better. He called himself High Gear Hag, so I'm good now. So.
When did you get the nickname High Gear Hag? Who was the first person to call you that?
Long story.
We got Terry, we got nothing but time. I got me a Coltrane, and you just tell us a story, Terry.
Early years of pulling, we had a truck that we threw together called the Heartbeat of America, and it had a military transfer case in it and didn't have a shifter on it. And we were replacing some U-joints and bumped the shifter on the transfer case into the high side. Didn't realize that till we hooked on the sled. And after smoking the clutch for about 3 minutes, trying to get the sled to move, they flagged me off. And when I went to drive off, I knew I was in the high side. And I told the guys when I got off in the track, well, someday I'm going to build a motor to pull that damn gear, and I'm going to be back.
That's
So
awesome.
I got the gear hag right out of the gate.
And you know, I love this because we've had a couple of conversations today, and looking back at your shop tour, you know, that was such a fun time. Your common theme is kind of living up to these motivations and living up to these expectations. The story you told me this morning about going to the grand national level, the national level for the first time, and you know, they didn't necessarily know who you were. And so you kind of resolved to yourself, well, there's only one way to prove to everyone here who I am. Tell us the story you told me this morning, 1994, 1995, you're making the jump up to the national circuit for the first time, and I'll just let you take it away. It's a great story.
Well, we'd won Tri-States multiple times and Illinois points, and it just wasn't paying good enough, and I wanted to run on the national level. So we got a plane ticket and flew up to Detroit to go to the meeting. Never even been at an NTPA meeting before, and they were taking 12 trucks, pre-committed, and meeting was about over, and I went up and told them I wanted to sign up. And they go, who in the heck are you? I said, well, you know, I got a truck and we're wanting to run. They actually got 2 trucks, but they didn't want me to sign up. And I think it was David Schreier. I was talking to him, and they wouldn't let me sign up and pre-commit. They'd let me sign up, but they wouldn't pre-commit me. So I said, well, I guess I'll just have to win the damn thing and prove that I can run with the best. And that's what we did. We went out in 1995, the first year, won the first 4 events straight. One of them was Dairyland Nationals. 50 trucks there. I hadn't pulled probably against more than 10 or 12 in my whole career. And show up at Toma, and there's 52 trucks in the class. And won both days first time I went up there. So end up Rookie of the Year, Puller of the Year, Kimball Cup winner, and the championship first time out with the NTPA.
So you hook in the high side of the gear, and you resolve to yourself, well, I'm just going to start building motors that can pull the high gear. They don't recognize you your rookie year, so you're like, I'll just go out and win everything. Did they know who you were when you came back to pre-commit? Did they let you pre-commit in 1996?
Yes, they did.
So one other thing, you know, there's so many fun accomplishments that I want to talk about. You swept Toma in 1995. So you've got big shoes to fill in 1996. How'd you do at Toma in 1996?
We went back up in 1996 and did it again.
So,
four
straight sessions.
4 sessions in a row out of 50 trucks plus in each session. Out 4-time champion there.
So other things that we can examine over your career. So if we just examine the national level, pulling 1995 forward, you've got 11 national championships. As far as our research knows, you're the only puller, I think, in any class to own a points championship in each of the 4. I called them the modern national pulling associations, points championships with NTPA, Outlaw, ATPA, as well as PPL. Kind of walk us through what was it like pulling with each association, or kind of how your career developed? You know, you hung out with NTPA for a while, then you went over to Outlaw, then ATPA, then PPL. I want to hear about, you know, winning a points championship with each of those along the way.
Well, competition's pretty close in all the organizations. You just you got different tracks that you go to and different sleds, and you just got to kind of get used to which one you're pulling. And the competition's not much different than any one of them.
Sure.
So there's good pullers in every organization, and it just when I go to win, and I'm gonna figure out why we're not winning if we're not winning and fix the problem is what we do. And so that's what we do. We hunt out the situation why it's not working, doing what I want, address the issue, and then fix it, and then move on to the next deal. So I mean, it's I kind of went where the money was at too, because to stay on top, it's not cheap.
Sure.
So
And
you have to pay for research and development all the time. It never stops.
And one thing I've noticed about you, you strike me as a perfectionist, looking through your shop and doing those tours with you. If there's ever something that you can make even a little bit better, you chase that. Does that have it all to do with why you really found yourself gravitating to the true mountain motors? NTPA has the 650 cubic inch limit, but you've not only been known as High Gear Hag, but you're kind of Mr. Mountain Motor as well. How did we start going from 650 to 700 to 800, now all the way up to 820? Is that just that chasing the next biggest, best thing, or how did that develop?
Well, when we ran in TPA, it was 650 limit, and I stayed with 650 when we switched organizations, and I believe we won one or two of the championships with PPL with the 650. But it just it's easier to get more torque out of a bigger motor, and we just keep pursuing more horsepower. And we kind of plateaued out on what we could get out of the motors that we were running, and that's when I contacted Dave Vinsner in about 2.5 to 3 years in developing this new motor, because I was like, can't really get too much more out of what we got. Man, I'm not satisfied. So we just keep pushing the envelope, trying to address problems why we can't get more horsepower. It ain't always the motor builders that are in truck and tractor pulling. There's people out there that are really smart, and you have to hunt them out and run stuff by them to upgrade and cure problems. Right now, we're concentrating on valve train issues. This new motor, I'm wanting to turn it 9,000 RPM. And we've got to get the valve train where it's dependable and stable at 9,000. So,
what?
So I don't know if any one organization's tougher than the other. It's just, you got good drivers and good trucks in every organization. But I just kind of went where the money was at.
Of the 11 championships that you have, they kind of blur together, I would almost guess. But at the same time, each one is hard fought and each one's important. Are there any competitions? Are there any championships over the years that really strike out to you as like, oh, that one was super meaningful, or that was a tough year, or that was neat because whatever? Are there any kind of on your list that when you start looking at looking at them, you kind of highlight and you circle one and say that one was special?
I think the first one when we won in TPA that was just unbelievable. Going from running local and crowds that are 3,000 and 4,000 people, and you go to Toma and there's 10,000 people there and 50 trucks, and it's just overwhelming and very intimidating.
Sure.
But I don't know. They all got a special place in my heart, and this year was really good. We picked up some really good help on our pit crew that allows me to concentrate on what's going on the track, and being able to do my job as driver because if I start messing up too much, Sheila's going to wanting to get in there.
Now Sheila's had success. You guys, she's quite a driver in and of herself. When you were a two-person team, did you take turns in each truck, or did each of you have your own truck? Who had gunpowder and who had kicking up dust?
Well, the gunpowder truck was supposed to be hers, but I kept making sure it was okay. Her truck was actually called Diamonds and Dirt. And when we built it, it was the old Texas Bluebonnet truck.
Okay.
And that's what her truck was called when she actually drove it. She's never drove the trucks that we've had now.
So some of your other ones, Untamed Spirit, Heartbeat of America, where have they kind of made their way to over the years? Are they still out and about anywhere?
Well, Heartbeat of America was a factory frame truck, and we kept breaking the frame behind the engine. And I don't know how many times I fixed that thing. We finally decided that wasn't going to hold up with the horsepower we had. And I didn't really want everybody to know what I was doing with it, so I hauled it to the scrap yard and watched them crush it. and then I sold
oh, go ahead.
I sold the Untamed Spirit to Corey Elderman several years ago, and right now the two trucks that we're running are, they're probably going to be for sale sometime here before too awful long. We've been doing it for 40 some years, and don't know how long my body's going to let me keep up this pace, but
I know you alluded to that, and you kind of talked to me before, we did our shop tour and our interview before the season even started this summer. And I knew you went back to the National Farm Machinery Show for the first time in quite some time this year. And that was kind of the rumor that maybe Terry's thinking about slowing down a little bit. Maybe you're starting to see that into the horizon. So folks, you're hearing it right here. This could be now 2025. Are we 2 thumbs up? We're going pulling in 2025 for sure. Or are we still weighing our options?
We're kind of thinking we're going to call it the Dirty Dozen Out the Gate Tour.
So 12 is the magic number that we're chasing.
Yeah,
I love it.
And
I love it.
We're probably going to bring it pretty hard because I got 3 engines now and working on the 4th. So we're not going to hold anything back next year. So.
And I want to talk about, not only that you're a puller, but you also offer, you're an engine builder. And, if we see you performing on this track, obviously these things are winning. Anybody who wants to get into truck pulling, anybody who has truck pulling or even beyond modified 4-wheel drive truck pulling needs, they can give you a call. Tell them what you can do for folks out there.
Well, we've got multiple customers, and just this year, had a guy that I pulled with way back in Tri-State, probably 35 years ago, maybe longer. And he contacted me and wanted me to do a motor for his son. He wanted me to do a motor. So he come down to the shop and he walked in the door, and I was like, holy crap, you sure have aged good. Blah, I'm all gray. Well, it was his son. Then this guy walked in behind. It was all gray and had glasses like me.
Apples don't fall far from trees.
We built him a motor, and his name's Austin Engler, and he won the fantasy truck pull division in the small block class. Took both 5,800 and 6,000 pound points champion this year, and got another customer won a championship. Bobby Crawford in the True Grit truck, and then his son, Bobby's got a modified truck, runs an Excalibur, and then Pierce Crawford runs a gunslinger truck that we redid the frame and the motor, and he won the super stock division. So, and multiple others that we work on. It's just too many to really keep track of, but those just what won this year.
But
we had 7 winners last year.
these motors that you build, am I correct in understanding you'll build them for a customer? If someone calls you and says, hey, I want a version of the Game Changer or the Game Over, is that a service you provide?
My customers that know me know I don't hold nothing back. If they want my motor and we have time to build a new one, they can have my motor. I mean, it's not that you're building stuff that nobody else is going to get. I want champions out on the track. I don't care whether me or one of my customers. So, and that's the people I want to work with. I want to work with people that want to win.
That want to win. That's awesome. Is it more fun building them or is it more fun driving them?
Both. I like the challenge, and it makes me just as happy to watch one of my customers win as if I did it. So
sure. So being, you've been pulling at the national level for 20 years, you've been pulling overall for 40 years. And Jason and Kinsey, I want you to weigh in on this too. I've been thinking about this question all day long. I want us here on the Let's Grow Pulling podcast, we're going to make our Mount Rushmore of four-wheel drive truck pullers, modified four-wheel drive truck pullers. Now, we're going to go ahead and put Terry on it. Terry, you've had a successful career. Okay, we're going to go with 3 other modified four-wheel drive truck pullers or modified trucks. Who would we put? Who are the Mount Rushmore? Terry, what I'm asking you, who are some of the toughest, or who are some teams that just impress the heck out of you that you've ran against, past or present?
Well, Holman Brothers comes to
mind right off. That was my first one too.
That was I was gonna say, and I was even we'll count them as one. We'll put Jim and Paul. They get to share a spot on the Mount Rushmore.
I used to give them crap because I was like, tell Jim, I was like, oh, I'm glad you're driving today because you're a lot easier beating Paul.
Now, don't they have a deal where Jim always pulls on Friday and Paul always pulls on Saturday or something like that?
I don't know. I just used to mess with them because that first year, man, I had them scrambling. They were calling Steve Schmidt and changing camshafts on the trailer. And I was like, where did this guy come from?
So we've got
heard of him.
Hagedorn and Holman's. Who else? Who are 2 other people that in your career you just good hard running competitors out there?
When I was coming up through the ranks, Raymond Engelbach was the man to beat. And he ran over here for years, and they said you could get more out of a dollar bill than anybody else on a track. And he had 3 Dodge trucks, and they were tough. And he taught me a lot. And I don't know. There's so many good pullers.
Yeah, that's hard to. Jason Bramer, when he won NTPA, 4 years in a row, he had a really awesome run. Steve Clem with the Radical down there, and I think he's out of Kentucky. Very, very good. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
I never really had to run against Jason because I switched about the time he started running, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
he was kind of in that 2010s mid area through there and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we got to meet him and run against him this season, and he's a great competitor, and we got along fine. I like to be friends with everybody till I put my helmet on, then I'm going to rip your head off.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah, we saw a lot of familiar names in the modified four-wheel drive truck class come back out this year. It was kind of a renaissance year. We hadn't seen Jason Bramer in the corn fed in quite some time. Just up the road from you and right across the road from me, Cody Lewis comes back out. So, but
Cody and I ran against each other in the early years all the time. So,
sure, nope. So, yeah, good. It makes me wonder. Missouri, I feel like used to be known as like an alcohol burning, like a light super stock state. But you start looking around, there's a lot of good mod four-wheel drive truck pullers right here in central Missouri. If you look around, you've got the Ritters right there in Herman, which can't be too far from where you are as well. And then you got Joe Claypool over here in Macon. A lot of good mod four-wheelers here in central Missouri.
Yeah, I actually work on Joe's motors and done a little tweaking on the truck for him. And that's one thing we do too. We do chassis work, and probably was just kind of to let you know some of the. My whole career, probably people have underestimated me. We had merged collectors. Holman's was one of the first people to make fun of my choo-choo stacks on my headers. Now you don't see a motor on the track that doesn't have merged collectors on them because I contacted Burns Stainless and we researched, developed the header collectors on my dyno for a month before anybody even knew what they were. And then back in the 80s, we had piston and gear train and valve spring coatings. Had Hagedorn coating. I think Heartbeat of America had Hagedorn coating service on the side of the truck. Nobody even knew what it was. So, I mean, I'm always hunting for something to make the thing work better. And so that's just how we've got all these championships. We just never stop pursuing more.
That's awesome. No, it shows in your body of work, and it shows just, you know, walking through your shop and what all you've accomplished. So looking forward, you're going to do the Dirty Dozen tour in 2025. You know, all these time pulling, let's just have some fun with it. Where's one of your favorite places to pull? Just because of the atmosphere, camaraderie, or man, you love the track or whatever you want. What's one of those that when the schedule comes out, you just circle it and you say, we love going there because of whatever the reason is?
I'd love to go back to Toma and see if I could do it again, but they won't let us come play with the big motors.
Well, that 820 is way north of the 650. So,
but I always liked that pull, and you know, I don't know. I just like any pull where the track's good and it stays the same, so everybody's got the same shot.
What's a perfect track? What's a perfect track for a 4-wheel drive class?
It has to be a little tacky, but not muddy. You know, the track that the trucks like, the big tire tractor classes are probably not going to like it. The track has to be a little more firm. And like if you go out to poke a rod in there, you shouldn't be able to push it in the ground probably more than 1.5 inches. If you can push it in the ground 4 inches, it's a horsepower track for big tires, but the trucks don't like it. And so if you can get good clay, moisture right, and Game Changer will set some new track speed records.
That's awesome.
We've been 36.5 mile an hour with that thing more than once testing it, and we still haven't figured out how to get all the power on the ground.
You know, a track to me that looked tricky this year and you know, just when I was out and about, and I know it's something that Jason has a big connection to, something I have a big connection to, it's something we're very excited about, we've been doing for a while now, is the Pullers Championship. And I think you got a first and a second, or a second and a first, or 2 seconds or something like that, but that one looked like it had people scratching their heads a little bit before everything was said and done.
Yeah, that track, I've won that twice when we weren't having the Champions Tour there, but Jim took me to school on that thing, and we came home and changed everything but the name on that truck. That's the end of that crap.
and without getting too in depth, yeah, you know, because there might be a little bit of a rivalry right there.
Yeah, Jim and I are neck and neck all the time, and you know, he's a good puller, he's a good track reader.
For sure.
Somebody's got to win. And,
Yep. Yeah, that's
before I get off here, I'd like to thank some of the guys that make this happen for me. Simpico Motor Oil keeps these things cranking hard, and they've been with us for years. And Dave is an awesome guy. And when we first started pulling, he came up and you know, I told him I don't want to put that tractor oil in my race motor, but end up we tried it, and that stuff's pretty good. And they've been with us for years, and really appreciate it. And then I want to thank our track crew this year. That helped us get a championship, and it's going to keep us where I can watch the track. And that's a problem when you got two trucks, trying to get them both ways, get them up there, not hold the show up, get everything set. And I think this year I broke them in right. We were over there at one of the poles, and I think I was first hooked, turned it down. I changed the gears twice before we ever ran. I ended up changing gears 5 times in that truck, and then we took the win. And they thought I was kidding them when I told them to change it the 5th time. And I was like, no, get it done, get the cover off, get that. They're like, oh, man. I was like, we're NASCAR gear changers now, boys. We're going to start practicing in the shop.
That's pretty fun, though, when you have a crew that you can trust and lean on enough to where when you have to make a decision like that because you know what that track requires, you can count on those guys to get it done. So that's awesome. Valerie Brightwell wants to know, what was your favorite pull this season? Where'd you have the best time this year?
My favorite pull
this
year was McLeod. First and second. And I think everybody kind of thought the track had went away, and the game changer put 10 foot on second place when I ran it. And the kicking up dust truck was in first, and I just drove right around it. So
it wasn't a first and second over 2 nights. It was your 2 trucks went 1 and 2.
Yeah, we back to 1 and 2.
The Baby Huey pulling team wants to know when you're going to go out west. Nevada, California? Are you going to make a trip out there before we hang up the cowboy hat, Terry?
When we run out of those pecans or almonds that he sent us,
That's
John Bohr.
no.
Yeah, John Bohr sent you the almonds.
Was it almonds?
Yeah, but Baby Huey didn't.
Baby Huey didn't. It was
Code 3.
Code
Code
3.
Red.
Yeah, I like to go out there and run with them guys. And I don't know what we'll do with the sand. I may have to hunt up my 650 again.
Well, that's perfect because Dylan Dirk says, would you ever go back to a 650 cubic inch motor?
Well,
If they paid more.
The only reason I quit running was it didn't pay enough money. It costs just as much to build a 650 as it does to build a big motor. And if you're running in an open cubic inch class, then you don't really want to handicap yourself with 650. It's not really a handicap. I mean, guys come over and run with us 650s all the time. And if the track's right and they know what they're doing and they can run right with us, it's just a matter of, it's got past the point of horsepower. You have to know what to do to the suspension and the tires. And everything. But when you do know how to make, because a lot of guys have the potential and the equipment to win, but they really don't know how to get the power on the ground.
Sure. And it's tricky. The bigger the motor is, and this is just what I've learned from talking to people, and it's kind of, makes sense when you say it. The bigger it is, the more you've got to be on your game with your clutch work, with your throttle work. But the 650 guys swear up and down, there are certain tracks where they can just dump it and stand on it, where they'll come hunting you mountain motor guys. But that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun from me up in the crow's nest, where all I have to do is talk about it and let you guys go out there and figure it out on the track.
If money was no object and I had the time, I would love to go run some 650 stuff, because when I drove a 650, I just about needed a fresh air helmet, because there was times when I left the line you couldn't see the engine for the clutch dust.
Sure.
And these guys are going, how did he get down through there? And one guy told we was putting some new stuff on the truck at the pull that I hadn't ever tried. And the guy come over and told me, you can't reinvent the wheel. And I said, no, you can't reinvent it, but they've been making it go faster ever since they made it.
Oh, man.
So
that's great.
There's nothing wrong with 650, but when they start paying $2,500 to win, I'm going to be there.
It's a legend.
That's excellent. Yeah, we got some good four-wheel drive truck pullers chiming in right here. Manuel Moreno and Cody Skluzacek. Cody Skluzacek, of course. They've got the Colonel truck, and Bighorn, I think, is the other one that they have up in Minnesota. Big proponents of the 650. And then the old Yellow Rose. You ever pull against the Yellow Rose?
Oh, yeah. Man,
Yep.
Yellow Rose of Texas.
Yep.
Here's a story. Roy Holland sold the Texas Bluebonnet. When we bought it, it was a short bed. And we were down in Amarillo, Texas in the wintertime, pulling indoors down in the basement in a basketball court that we had to run catty cornered in, that they put dirt in there. Well, Manuel or Holland went out, made a full pull. If you made a full pull, you had to bump the concrete wall. So you drove right into the wall.
Which was all of what, like 140 feet, maybe?
I think it was about 180.
Okay.
And you had to hit the wall to be a full pull.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him were in a pull-off. And I walked over to him. I said, "You're not going to be able to beat me." He goes, "Why's that?" And I said, "I got a short wheelbase truck. When I hit the wall, I'm going to be 2 foot closer than you are." And I won. And he said, "I should have never sold that blame thing." But it had an automatic in it, and we ran an automatic 400 turbo indoors in the wintertime, and you couldn't hardly beat that. We was at Waco running a bush sled, and I was first hooked and I was driving Sheila's truck. I remember why, but they had a Coliseum in your second level, and we were pulling, and you headed right into these pylons, and there you drove under the first floor. Well, he thought I was going to stop, and I thought he was going to stop me.
Oh, sure.
And we bent the beer cans pretty bad on the bush sled that night because
that's about how Ike Zaring felt this year at the farm show.
Yeah,
you know,
that was a mistake. And then we had to. He was a little pissy, and I was like, "Well, I thought you was going to stop me." Yeah, he goes, "Well, I thought you was going to let off."
I'm guessing that high gear Hag doesn't let off.
But no, it's been fun. Met a lot of people that I, would have never met pulling, and they're all good people, and most any of them will do anything for you if you need help. And I'm the same way. I don't want to beat somebody because they can't run. So,
well, Terry, thank you so much for coming on here. Tyler Hall, right out here out of Callio, Missouri, of the North Missouri Power of the Past. He's an avid antique puller as well. He's got a question for you before we let you go. He says, any advice to us younger pullers just getting into pulling world, how to keep the family involved and excited? And he says, congratulations to you and your pulling legacy. He's got a daughter that pulls. He's kind of helping out with some upstart clubs. What advice do you have for Tyler Hall?
Well, if your family's not behind you or your wife or your kids, you need to make it a family sport and, get them involved with it because it's a good way to keep kids growing up out of trouble. And it's a nice, clean sport. And we've actually worked on quite a few antique tractors. I've designed camshafts for them. And, because when you're trying to build horsepower in a 500 RPM window, you better know what you're doing on the cam.
That's great.
But just try to keep your family involved in it, and just little things like letting them name it or something, or help clean it.
Yep. Letting the youngsters sit in the seat when they come by and they're excited. Obviously that meant a lot to me when I brought my boy around. You guys did that for him. So memories they'll keep with them forever. Terry, thanks so much for coming on tonight. 11 down, 1 to go. Best of luck on your Dirty Dozen 2025 tour.
T-shirt alert, Sheila. Get those T-shirts made.
The Dirty Dozen tour.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we hope there's going to be a lot of people trying to get me to not do that, but we're going to give it a shot. So
That's what makes it fun.
I love it.
that's what it's all about. So
Thanks, Terry. Thanks
for joining us tonight.
okay, thank you.
Terry Hagedorn, 11-time national champion, 4 different championships with 4 different associations. We didn't even talk. We didn't even get to, Jason, you shouldn't leave me unsupervised talking to a 4-wheel drive truck puller. It'll just
Mike,
go
we could
right
wave. Mike, we could wave. We could send messages. It doesn't matter. We have to call you. We have to like put you in timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like when we do this from now on, Mike knows, okay, I need you to read a comment or something like this. So, don't you think? We'll bring him back. But he can bring
I read some comments. I read the comments at the end. So we didn't even talk about his 30 different state fair wins at all the different state fairs he's been to. Cool dude, successful puller, neat guy.
Very, very, very. Well, let's switch to what do we call it? Throwing it?
Pulling through the past.
Pulling through the past. I love this. Your posts on social media on Facebook have been awesome. Like they get a lot of comments and stuff like that. So
we have mega mysteries tonight.
Mega mysteries.
It's like bigger than last week.
Well, I'm aiming for it. We're gonna try to make them just as big. Kenzie, do you have a cool thing that flashes and plays? That's the coolest thing.
Cool.
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I love it. We are all orange. Everything about tonight's show is orange. We've got the orange font. We've got the orange Chevy Hemis in the background. And I have nothing but orange tractors to put in front of you. Folks, I hope you're watching. I hope you're commenting. We have multiple mysteries to solve tonight. Let's start it off with what we know. Here's what we know. Our throwback puller, throwback photo number 1, pulling it through the past. Now, Jason, you like a good D21, right? You guys, you're rooted in orange, aren't you?
Yeah, Dad bought Mike LaBarge's The Joker. It was a D21, kind of a hot farmish type tractor back in 91-ish, 92-ish, somewhere back in then. So, yeah, we pulled a D21 until 2016.
So we're gonna really dive in with a focus on the orange ones, on the D21s. Now, for those of you who don't know, all these pictures that I'm sourcing, these were taken by my father starting in 1982 and then all the way up through whenever we switched to digital film. The Idle Farm, I'm the first Idle not to be a farmer. I don't know if that makes them proud or if that makes me a disappointment. I'm not entirely sure. But the Idle Farm was exclusively Alice Chalmers. So a recurring theme when you're looking at my father's old pictures is you're going to see a lot of D21s. You're going to see a lot of orange. So here's what we know. This is the Gambler from Waterville, Kansas, driven by Jerry Hedke. Now, folks, take a look at the side of this and tell me, first of all, that's not the coolest shorthand name for a town you've ever seen. Kenzie, take a look at this right here. It's from Waterville, Kansas. Look how they spelled Waterville on the side of it.
Well, I was wondering what that said. I couldn't read it, but
that says H2Oville.
No.
If you're from somewhere you can call H2Oville, tell me that's not the coolest thing ever. So this is we're just setting the stage, folks. Just a good, hard-running, mean-looking D21, the Gambler, driven by Jerry Hedke. Probably Bethany, probably 1982. Which brings us to this picture right here. Now, the tractor on the right, that should be easy for everyone to identify, recognize. We see this one a lot. This is, of course, Country Dude by the Braybeck brothers with the gold wheels. But the tractor on the left is the one that we are not certain about. No names, nothing on the side shield. We don't know. But a lot of people on the internet are saying that it is the same tractor. That this tractor right here, 1982 version, Jerry Hedke and the Gambler, has resurfaced 3 years later with all aluminum side shields, and that this is still Jerry Hedke. This is still the Gambler. No one can corroborate this story for me. This is just unsubstantiated claims at the moment. So if you know this for a fact, please let us know. Tell us in the comments. I'll post later on. Is this D21 right here, the Gambler of Jerry Hedke, the same tractor as this one right here? Now, if you look super, super, super close, you can see this like cream trailer right here with like an orange two-tone truck pulling it. And then you can see very much that same truck and trailer pulling this tractor as well. But it doesn't out and out say on there. So mystery number one, is this the Gambler? People are saying that the Gambler pulled in the 9,500 super stocks in this picture, and then it went on a diet. It was very successful. It went on a diet, and it is now pulling in the 7,500 pound super stocks in this picture. Are those the same tractors? The photos look like they might be. We're not entirely sure. I want to hear from you guys. I want someone to chime in and say, no doubt about it. Mystery number two. We have no idea. No idea. Simple as that. This one's been on the internet for a little over a week, and we have 100% no clue.
That's the original Youngblood. Ceramics.
Are you being 100% serious?
Oh, God, no. I'm making that up.
But please, dear Lord, let it be. Like, let this be.
Mike, have you put any of this in that?
Imposter. Please let this be the imposter.
Mike, have you seen you've seen our Facebook group I started a long time ago called The Few, the Proud, the Orange, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or did I add you as an admin in there?
Well, I'm going to go, we'll make it happen one way or another. But we have no idea. Like, this one has no idea. Someone who's really good at reading zoomed in on the side of it, and he's like, hey, you can see that this says, like, Kevin Honeycutt from, like, Blue Rapids, Nebraska, or something like that. But no one gave us any hints. We got nothing. I mean,
well, we have from Nebraska. Kyle Petches probably drove it.
We have no clue. Well, there was another orange one I almost put on here, but I'm saving it for its whole own show. So 70-60. Yeah. Dear God, let this be Youngblood. Let this be the imposter. Let it be something super cool like that.
Gerard's jumping me. The original Youngblood was not 8,000 series. No, I know that, Gerard. I was having fun. I'll be quiet because this is Mike's segment.
But no, I want it. I want someone to come through and be like, oh yeah, that freaking like Jeff Hurt bought that and put new side shields on it, and that's actually the Agco Running Bear or something. Like, I don't know. We have no idea. My guess, truly, honestly, is that this was probably like a regional or state level puller that was pulling with the big dogs, and I have no idea. Maybe he just played close to home. But this one, I mean, no hits. Every picture I put up gets a comment within the day, and if not by the end of the day, Dan Mayer swoops in and tells me who it is. But this one, we've got nothing. Let's stay orange, and let's come over here to this one. This is Dirt Slinger 2. Not Dirt Slinger, but Dirt Slinger 2. We've heard of Dirt Slinger 2.
Hey, Mike, real quick. When I saw this picture, the first thing I thought was, what's that feller doing sitting up there on that scaffolding?
Yeah.
He's having a good time.
Is that you?
No.
This would have been like, I was a twinkle in my father's eye when this picture was taken.
Me too, Mike. Me too.
Yeah, this is 1985, Kirksville, Missouri. 5 years pre-Mike. I missed the 80s by like 27 days or whatever, like 37 days. I never got to see the 80s. No, this guy's having a good time. So Dan Mayer swoops in and he says this is, and we'll check out Jim's comment in a second because Jim knows a lot of this stuff. Dan swooped in and he was like, yeah, this is Bill Leichner. Like, you know, obviously Dirt Slinger 2. But what's the story then on this tractor? So this is mystery number 3. This is not the original Dirt Slinger. The original Dirt Slinger has always been the beautiful maroon color. And the original Dirt Slinger was three Aries, racing motors in a row. But I think they were on separate clutches. These here almost look crank to crank to crank. I know that the Leichners and the Walshes liked to kind of buy, sell, trade, that they work together a lot. Is there any chance that this was the original yellow Walsh machine, that this was, the Irish channel? I have no idea. Does anybody know? Dirt Slinger 2. Of course, Bill later on had like Simon's mod or someone else's mod that he called Dirt Slinger 2 or Dirt Slinger X. So Dirt Slinger 2. Does anybody know? Because I don't. And the final one is not a mystery at all. These are just good old-fashioned pullers from right here in Macon County, but we're staying all orange. Let's go to a D17. Itty-bitty little tractor. We have a pair. Actually, we have two pullers right here. Really, really fun local history. So this is Dave Marino on the Orange Blossom Special D17. Dave Marino was the promoter of the Show Me Showdown for years and years and years, and later on drove a heavy super of the same name. He had a Case International. I think it was a Magnum series that he called the Show Me Showdown.
72, I think.
The Show Me Showdown tractor.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was, pulled a National Farm Machinery Show. So this is Dave Marino's original tractor. And then mounted behind his tractor is his brother-in-law, good dear friend of mine, late friend of mine, PC Long, the announcer at the Show Me Showdown for years, on his 560 Farmall that he called the Mayor's Toy, painted all white. I believe this picture was taken in 1985, which would have been the same year that PC actually won the 5,500-pound super stock class at Tomah, Wisconsin, a story that I heard many, many times. So some fun local pullers right there. 5 orange tractors, 3 mysteries, 2 pieces of iron that mean a lot in Macon County. Fun stuff all the way around. Who knows what? So throw it on back, pulling through the past.
Do you want to, should we put comments up while you're talking, or do you want to review the comments afterwards, Michael?
Let's review them afterwards. Let's review, because I'm a one-track kind of guy. So yeah, if you want to flip through what some people are saying, we can start putting the puzzle together. Love to see those tractors at Hawk Point, Missouri. Don't know where Hawk Point, Missouri is, but awesome that they pulled there. Super cool. I mean, where's Hawk Point? I'm assuming it's South I-7.
Right next to Hawktua. Right next to Hawktua.
Oh, this is on one of those where Mike and Jason need to have their own podcast where they talk about the dumbest things ever. The Seattle Seahawks were playing on Thursday night, and they put a map of the stadium, and they call every one of their levels, like where you come in the stadium, like a gate. They don't call it a gate, they call it a hawk. So they have Hawk 5, Hawk 4, Hawk 3, and then naturally they have Hawk 2. And I was like, if you guys are not marketing that, they have Hawk 2. They have Gate Hawk 2. Like, someone needs to do a better job. Get on that.
Mike, they're already pretty popular. They don't need to bring in that. I mean, we did have a guy named his pulling truck after his penis, the Punisher, earlier tonight. That was still, I don't know, we have you know how the YouTubers will make wild ride videos? We all should make bloopers. But
yes.
I like how Hope, our general manager, is the one who set us up on that. So, but when you start laughing, Kenzie, that's when I know it's going to be good. So. We are 6 minutes away from Massetti and Friends.
Massetti
a new segment of where we crank it back 2 hours because we can call our friends on the West Coast and start talking about that. We're pulling through the past right now.
Whoa.
Okay, let's catch up with these. Mike Horton. Let's go ahead, Kenzie. Sorry.
Yeah. So Hawk Point's down by Troy. Yep. Great track at Troy. Really, really good pull over there by Troy. Jim Harmon says that, he was co-promoters along with the Carroll family.
The Levy Leaper Carroll family.
The Levy Leaper and the Salt River Savage is their newer edition. Of course, the Levy Leaper is the one that they're well known for. Dean Carroll, Ivan Carroll, E.W. Carroll, all pullers on the Levy Leaper 570 Cockshut. Cool tractor. North of Warrenton, Labor Day pull, day before high school. I dig it. Cool. And Parade Alley Lounge, wait, there's a show with the stupidest things ever, and I'm not on it.
Actually, William, he could be our we're going to do a podcast of you, me, and William.
I would enjoy that.
And it's going to be called The Dumbest Thing Ever. I'm not joking. We're going to do that.
Can we, should we, will we, are we going to drink while we do this?
Yes.
Yes.
Long week encourage drinking. It is, you say that, well, I say what
say your feelings.
Yeah, I say your feelings.
Can we start somehow with the Punisher? The just every all right, the dumbest things ever, then the Punisher, and then we get some graphics or some breaking glass or something sound that goes with it.
Yes.
That's okay.
Kenzie will make it.
Yeah.
Kenzie.
Just put it on the list. I'm not ready this high.
Oh, here comes the host of Massetti and Friends.
Hey,
Massetti and Friends. It starts in 5 minutes. Mix a drink because you don't want to watch it sober.
I watched one of those Impalas on TikTok doing like the West Coast like hydraulic bouncing thing, and I immediately thought of Brian Massetti because I bet you he's never even been. That's not his scene, but he's from California, so now that's what I think of.
Massetti's taking me to Compton before I die in his big Dodge truck, and we're rolling the windows down, and we're gonna just hang out. He promised me. He promised me. When I went to San Luis Obispo, I saw a sign that said L.A. And it was like, it wasn't that far of a drive. Like, we could do it. And he's got this big, like, Dodge pick-em-up truck. And we are rolling through the hood in that thing.
Just don't make eye contact.
Nope. I'm good. Hey, what's up, brother, man?
When I had my Durham back.
There's nobody from Compton watching this podcast. We are safe. None of the Bloods, none of the Crips. We are safe, Mike. I can promise you that.
Snoop Dogg might be. Snoop Dogg's everywhere. Have you noticed
that?
No,
you have to pay Snoop. You have to pay Snoop to do that. No. Here, okay, we're getting a little 3 minutes till Massetti and Friends.
So Jim Harmon says Chuck Lee. Chuck Lee's another awesome puller.
Was Chuck Lee the guy that he put his arm outside the roll cage to reach the throttle because he was so tall? Is that Chuck Lee?
I think yes. So like Chuck is a very tall individual, and Chuck Lee started off with high stepping, and then he bought the rawhide tractor, which is what he pulls now for Excalibur. And I'm not entirely uncertain. It was so funny. Watch pulling from 1999 to 2004, and watching those tractors is like watching an awkward, lanky teenager in a growth spurt because no one could figure out what we were supposed to do with roll cages. And like there were some that were the size of a school bus, like these big square cab cages. And then there were some that looked like they built them out of spindles. Yeah. And I think Chuck or someone would actually reach out of the roll cage.
Yes.
Somewhat essentially defeating. Do you ever go back and look at those and just be like, oh man, that was a growth spurt for pulling while we were figuring out where those were supposed to go.
Cages started going on in '98 after Rose dumped it. And Jeff Rose dumped it in Toma, right? And then I remember Chuck Lee, I swear, he would put his hand outside his roll cage. I reach around to grab a saddle because he was so tall. But my first roll cage on my hot farm was super skinny Mike. And we put a big, but then there was this big giant ass, it almost looked like a spider web where your head could just, remember they come up and go way around.
They're square. They're you might as well just had a cab on the tractor.
What's Brady saying? Click on that, Mike, if you don't mind.
Yep. He says, Brody.
Oh,
Brody Casper says, my dad has a D21 puller from back in the day. He pulls the NTPA Legions.
He meant Legend. He meant Legend.
Yeah. And still looking for more info about it. It was from the 70s and 80s. Post a picture of it. Send it. Put it on social media, and we'll see what we can figure out. But,
we are 1 minute. We are
Chuck
1 minute.
Modified. Now I've really gone down the rabbit hole. Chuck, if you're watching, Chuck likes to watch some of the outlawed shows as well. I didn't know that he ran a modified. I know Mike Novinger ran a modified. Mike Novinger, also a super stock puller from Northeast Missouri. So didn't know if he ran Gerard. Didn't Chuck Lee run the triple sin modified? I don't know. Chuck, if you're watching, let us know, man.
Just remember, our second hour is always going to be, throwing it back, or what are we calling it again? Pulling through the past.
Pulling through the past.
It's always so like, if you don't like the rest of us, but you love this stuff, we're always going to do that right at the start of the second hour with Mike. And he puts a lot of time and effort into this. It's fun to go back and do all this.
Jason likes to look forward. I like to look backwards. And I like looking forward too, but it's neat. It's neat to see.
Hold on. All right, stop. In one night. All right. So we had one guy name his truck the Punisher after his dick. And I'm not just making this up. He actually go put it back up. So Mike, you wait till you see this next comment. This is going to make you cry laugh. Hold on. So Kenzie, go back to the Punisher. Yes, he named it after his dick. The Punisher. Where's that truck from?
I have no idea.
Does anybody recognize that truck?
Well, do we recognize the track? I was trying to think. So it's got like red. There's got to be down south somewhere.
So we had a guy name his truck after his dick. Now go back. So wait, this next comment. John Goldbunny's watching on YouTube. This is the best. Best name ever was Ken Anderson's T21, as Titty Squeezing Fool. When I was a teen, it sure made me think of my neighbor girl, which became my wife. I think he talks about milking the cows. I'm assuming. I think he's talking about his cows, but Titty Squeezing Fool. There's a pullers. I mean, Disney does it too. There's more sexual innuendos in Disney movies. Like if you're sitting there with your kids, you know what I mean? Then
inches matter. Inches matter. The light limited.
That was a T-shirt. We sold that T-shirt back in 2013. There's thousands of those.
Where the girls pulling on the tape measure. Who drives that? Is that
Mike Mason Brink's tractor?
Yeah,
Mike Mason Brink. Yeah. It's a light limited pro stock, and it's like inches matter, and it's like far away. You're like, oh, look at these cute little Disney characters helping each other out, and the girls yanking on the guy's tape measure, but it's in a pretty suggestive area. So when I'm running the starting line camera, I like to get that one up close.
All right. I think that's a great segue. Now that we're talking about measuring penises, to go right to Brian Massetti with Massetti and friends. Don't you think? Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We are not drinking. I am having a cold train. I swear to God, that's my fourth one today.
Goodness sakes. I mean, we invite family and friends to watch this show.
Yeah, but I've met your family and friends, and I'm pretty sure they all you have to say is Jason's my crazy friend from Wisconsin. Everybody does that. So
that's for sure.
You don't tell me what to say, Miss Eddie. You don't tell me what to say. So
no, I would never think about doing that.
Jesus, this is unholy. Coming from Kevin Massetti. Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin, get back on because I need my high five. I need my Kevin Massetti high five where we go across. Kenzie, reach down so we can get a high five.
Hey, the hood rat's here.
What's up, Justin?
Hey, how cool is that I knew that? I mean, Brian, I'm kind of in on the Compton Pullers out there in California, the Compton Pullers Association.
Yeah, Justin's our resident Compton guy.
Yeah, straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton. I got a pocket full of. Oh, I'm not going to say that. I was going to on here. All right, real quick, Mike. Before we start Massetti and Friends, do you like that? Massetti and Friends.
That's good. That's good.
Well, I like Massetti. He's a top fiver.
He's a top fiver.
Mike, check your PMs from James Harmon.
Yep. Jim Harmon just sent it to me, and without a doubt, he's got it right here. Chuck Lee did. He had a twin engine, naturally aspirated, modified. So, got it right here.
So, can you put that up on the screen real quick?
Like make my phone send it into the computer and display it, or physically hold my phone.
Send it to me on Facebook Messenger then. So
okay.
Tyler Hall says first time watching the show so far, loving it. Tyler, does he live down by you, Mike?
Tyler Hall was the one who put on the North Missouri Power of the Past, where I went and announced with the garden tractors and the antique pullers. So he is just across the road over in Callio, Missouri. So yeah, he's from around here.
What's up, Jay? That picture.
Hey, Kevin. So we do it. Massetti, Kevin Massetti, you're my hero. You know that. We do a segment called "How Did You Name Your Puller?" And earlier today, there's a guy named. First of all, who has a name for their dick? I just need to know that first of all. Kevin's shaking his head, right? But this guy named his puller truck the Punisher after his dick, and then he sent it to us. He pulls it. He's from Wisconsin. Pulls Badger truck pullers. I got to find my overlays here. Which one?
That's right. When I turned the show,
I wasn't going to say this earlier, but I had a buddy of mine in college who named his Girth Brooks.
Now this is the kind of stuff Spielman would do. I mean, out of all you guys, Spielman he's funny like that. He's funny like man, Massetti and Friends, dude. This is like the views are going up. We don't even have any hot chicks on. Oh yeah, we do. Here comes Bree. Yeah, buddy.
Earlier,
here they are.
Dad's asleep.
Well, I meant to wear my Cal Poly hat tonight. I gotta go downstairs and get my Cal Poly hat.
Is Jim sleeping?
Hey,
I think Jim's sleeping.
Somebody needs to call and check on Dad. He doesn't look good.
Look who's on. Who's that?
Oh, are we on? Are we on?
Yeah.
Make Jim big.
I just taking a nap.
I'm just taking a nap. He said.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
What's
I
up,
also want to
everybody?
use this as a family reunion. So thank you, Jason.
I just want to say how happy I am that he and Trevor are a couple. I think we should make them big right now. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
I called this out last year when I met her, and I pushed Trevor behind the scenes, and you see me and Trevor.
Brian.
Yeah, my screen's not letting me. There she
Hey.
is. Hey, dog. What up, buddy?
What's up?
Welcome to Massetti and Friends.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
I wonder if Trevor's pulling a turbo off right now.
I bet he is.
No, I'm
that's-
actually.
That's this guy's job.
Oh man.
Trev's doing some cool
currently
stuff over there.
pressing studs into a.
Well, Brian,
Flywheel.
welcome to Massetti and Friends, the newest segment of Let's Grow Pull.
Hi, Jay.
I gotta make
Yep, the Massetti and Friends, and then do like a bunch of towns.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta figure
Have
it out.
Massetti do the big town in the corner, in the middle, and then all of his friends around it.
He's trying to do a high five, Jay.
Jay, give Nono a high five over there.
Other
way.
Kevin, do I get mine?
Who's got that one really bad?
This isn't working now.
We'll get to that later after you guys drink more.
Who has two devices on at the same time?
Is somebody like watching it on a computer and answering to it on a phone? Are one of you guys doing that?
Somebody's got their phone. That's terrible.
Probably mine.
What's up?
Oh no.
Shotgun beers at BSI. Well, Brian, this is your segment.
Thanks.
We're
I'd
gonna
like to
take
welcome
over.
everybody tonight. Is it my sound that's screwed up or somebody else?
Yeah, he's echoing really bad. Brian. Here.
So
That was mine. I had issues last time.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right, Brian, talk.
How does I sound now? Bad.
So we muted Brian.
Somebody's volume on their computer is up really loud, and their microphone's picking it up as they're listening to it.
So it's not Brian.
Somebody's guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the Godfather.
I don't think it's
No.
That was mine.
I think it's no.
Was it?
Yeah, it's
No, we muted Mr. Massetti, the Godfather, and now we're better.
Now it's all better.
So when Jim wants to talk, he has to like raise his hand. Okay. He wants to talk.
Yeah, turn the volume up a little bit.
They muted you.
No, he sounds good.
It's not him.
This is
great.
Well, Brian, let's get after it.
Let's get after it. So thank you to everybody for joining us tonight.
It's not Jim. Somebody's a violator. Let's mute everybody. But Brian. I'll mute.
Are we doing any better?
Yeah, everybody just mute yourself until you want to talk. Until Brian calls on you. How about that?
Well, welcome to the Beer in the After Hours.
No, it's Massetti and Friends.
Which becomes Massetti and Friends. We before we get going into the future, this last weekend we had a killer event at the Modesto Junior College, and everybody, unfortunately, James and Michael Idle and Jason and Kinsey weren't there. But other than that, it was awesome. We had 81 hooks, 3 hours, the best track we could in a little sand pit. I don't know. Anybody got anything to add about that show?
They're all muted.
They're all muted, so nothing to add.
Do the end symbol.
Oh,
sorry.
Well, we got to get Michael lit up.
Yeah, sorry. I can't do it. He has to do it.
I gotta do it. There you go. No, Mike, you muted yourself there, buddy.
I was just being a smart ass.
Oh,
Oh.
weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that out of you, Mike.
All right, here Mike. We're gonna figure out who's a violator. Okay, I'm gonna do one at a time. Justin, start talking. Brian, keep talking a little bit.
This is Justin Van Tassel with the Hood Rat Reloaded.
All right,
one of our.
So stop. He's not a violator. I'm going to Spielman. Can you unmute yourself, John?
I got you.
Brian, talk for a little bit.
This is John White Chocolate Spielman. He's our
Right.
head track guru.
Now we're going to Kevin. Kevin's unmuted. Just keep talking, Brian.
Everybody knows Uncle Kev. He's the best. He won with yellow fever this weekend.
I hope it's not me. Is it me?
It's not you.
Oh, good.
James, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not
Hello,
him.
Jay.
James.
Miss you, buddy.
How's it going?
Hi, James.
We're going
I'm
to
in my English classroom right now.
Nice.
Oh, nice. How come nobody else is in class?
I stayed away. I'm studying.
Attaboy. Where are we going now, Jay?
I want the manual.
Jason.
It's manual.
I don't know how to work this thing.
Yeah, clearly.
I don't even know where my button's at.
Oh, you're okay. I
Put
think
my
we're okay.
volume down or?
No, I think we're okay now. Here's Bree and Trevor. Can you guys unmute yourself, Bree?
Hi there.
Okay,
Hi,
perfect.
Bree. Hi, Trev.
Hello.
All right, everybody's free.
No, I think it might be that.
Is it us? No.
So Modesto was a repeat for yellow fever.
Yeah, it's not no.
It was indeed.
Good thing the message board was up. Hey, Trev. Hi, Bree. Grammy's sitting right over here.
Hot substitute teacher. So our little recap of the Modesto pool. Everything did go great. The Modesto Junior College kids did a great job on the event. They fed all the pullers. This is another fantastic event. I don't think we could have done anything to make it any better. Everything went well. Trevor screwed up a perfectly good pull truck, but that's all right. That happens, I guess. That limited pro stock class is pretty awesome right now. I think you two, Manuel and Trevor, would agree with that. That class is stacked now. I think you had 8 in your class. 7,
I think.
7. Well, somehow we got 8th place out of 7 trucks. So.
Oh, maybe 8.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Justin with the work stock class, that was huge too, right? 8 or so in that class.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot there.
Good.
I got
heavy hitters.
8, so same thing.
Yeah. We had 11 in the pro modified class. Uncle Kev helped James out, brought him back into the points lead. So things are good. It was a good show. Oh. Kevin Michael wants a down 5. Kev, you got to give Michael.
Oh.
All right.
So coming up for MLM and Major Leagues, we have our Golden State Invitational. Can we talk about that, Jason, or is that okay?
Yeah, no, this is Massetti and Friends. It's scrolling across the bottom. You get whatever happens during Massetti and Friends, whatever you want, Fred. Whatever.
Wow. Awesome. So November 8th and 9th, we have the 3rd annual Golden State Invitational right here in Madera, California, Madera Speedway. All of these beautiful faces you see here and a bunch more will be here. Hopefully Michael feels well enough to not go to school, but come to Madera. We'll see as we get closer. We got 13 classes of competition. We should be around 70 to 75 vehicles. That is becoming, well, it's my favorite event. I think a lot of people might agree. Dusty and Sherry will be here with the date night truck. We're looking forward to that. I don't know. Anybody got anything else about the pool coming up that we should talk about?
Is there going to be a lot to talk about?
What's that?
Who's bringing the beer to talk about?
Who's bringing the beer?
Oh,
Beer.
yeah.
The beer truck runs great.
Oh, the beer truck. Oh,
Beer
you
truck,
bringing that
yeah.
again?
Had to repair the radiator because it got a little hot, but it runs fine now.
Good. So we'll have a beer truck, a t-shirt cannon, food.
I heard there's a tractor pull too, but
If we have time. Yeah. So now
We're gonna
we have.
teach. We're going to teach Jason a little bit of Spanish, especially numbers when they call his number to pick up his order. 25, 25, 25. Hey man, that's you.
Well,
Go ahead.
Mackenzie, I've gotten more compliments on this video than anything we've ever posted. So thank you. Very good job.
how do you know Mackenzie made that, not me?
Well, you told me she did,
It's
but
obvious.
I would have guessed anyways.
Brian? Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. This is all footage from last year's
That is a cool
invitational, I believe.
Everybody was like,
So Greg Mead asked if he could vote on that. We just finished our fan vote for our pro modified class. We wanted to add the top 5 in points in the pro mod class got in, and then we wanted to add 5 more because we'd like to run 10 in that class. So we did a fan vote for a week, and the Greg Mead was our top voter. I don't remember what his email is, but he definitely topped the charts of voting. So I don't know if he was just off work or bored or what. But anyways, he kicked ass on voting. So anything you need to vote for, you just call Greg Mead, and he'll vote the heck out of it. But it was pretty exciting. We ended up we're going to do 5 on the fan vote, but there were 2 trucks that were so close and the people spoke. So we went with what the people said, and we ended up adding 6. So we're going to run 11 pro modifieds. We're very excited about that. And we are.
Brian, are the results posted anywhere I could share on the screen, buddy?
I made a post that showed somewhere. I posted the 6 that got it, I think. But I can tell you, we're gonna have all of the actual class lists ready, and Wednesday night I think we're going to go on with John and Chris and Jason Gish and do their on their podcast. We're going to go through all the class entries. I think today's the deadline for registration, so if anybody hasn't registered yet, we'd like for them to go ahead and get that filled out, but by Wednesday we should have all of our class lists set up and ready to go.
There is that video to show it of the 5 made it in.
Oh, that's what it was. Christy posted a video of the 6 that made it in on the fan vote.
Which page? Christy, where's it at?
Maybe I did it on MLM. I think I did it on the GSI page. Right there. The people have spoken. That one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And this is in no particular order that they come on the screen.
Bradshaw's?
The Bradshaws, Donnie
Reeves,
Larry Lopes.
Love that truck.
And the Intimidator, Dave from Oregon's coming down. AJ Freitas with Chain Reaction. And Gary Fernandez with the Wild Hair. And that's the 6 that got added to our top 5 in points. So we're looking forward to that. 11 pro modifieds. Be a good class. Kim, the tickets are on sale now. You can go to gsi2024.com and you can buy your tickets. You can buy as many as you want. We'd love to have you come.
Do you got an update on the points, Brian?
Hey, Mike Idle.
What's up?
Unmute yourself. We need you. We need you, Mike. We need you to be you.
What's up, man? What can I do for you?
Just
John,
just be you. Just be you.
Just be me. What's going on,
Were you-
guys? Strong
Were you
list
asking-
of modified four-wheel drive trucks out there, and it looks like you can go ahead and get your tickets. But here's what I want to know. God forbid I'm actually feeling strapping and healthy, and I'm unable to take off work. How can I watch this show all the way here in Central Missouri? Where else is this going to be available at?
That's a very good question, Michael. You can go to Full Pull Live, but if you probably already have your subscription, like all good pulling fans.
100%. I've got it on both ends. I've got my Outlawed Live, my Full Pull Live. We'll do it live.
We haven't made it to the Outlaws yet, but Full Pull Live will be live streaming this wonderful event from Central California to the whole world. So everyone can just go to Full Pull Live. Can you buy one event? Can you purchase one event at a time?
I've wondered that before. Jason, I don't think you can you?
It's monthly. It's $39.99 a month, and you can cancel after the first month. So if we did single events anyway, Brian, we'd charge 25 or 30. So the month is still a deal.
Yeah.
So I was just going to say it makes more sense, and you can go back and watch previous events.
You can go back and watch everything. I mean, Toma, Bowling Green, Chapel Hill, every event we've done this year since the Mac Trailer Winter Nationals.
Right.
So, it's $1.33 a day. Kevin spends that on toothbrushes every day. So Kevin missed that. I don't like it when Kevin's is quiet, Brian. It makes me extremely nervous.
Me too. I thought he would be a little more lively tonight. but
Is
it's been
it
long.
because the grandfather's watching?
No, what do you want?
No.
What should I say? I'm in.
What was so you won this weekend, right? I heard you picked up victory. Walk us through that process. How was the track? What were the keys to victory? And, what's next on the docket, man?
The track was awesome. It was a high horsepower track. The key, I can't give away all the secrets, but it's a lot of throttle control and air pressure. I'm just kidding. We got lucky.
You got some like tire too.
Got James back in there, just filling the seat for him. That's all.
Yep.
So
I have a question for the invitational here. Can we are we doing the live betting, the real money betting? Or is that
Yes, we are.
Yep.
Yeah,
Real
once
money?
announced. Yeah, that was Trevor, right? That said that.
That was James.
That was James. They sound alike. They're brothers. So, yeah, James, absolutely. Once the lineups I get them from your mom, we're gonna post the pick'ems up on fullpullpics.com.
Can we go around and say like if everybody had $100, what would they put it on? What truck or what tractor?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're talking real money betting?
We're talking real money here.
Yeah, fullpullpics.com. We're gonna have real. Welcome to Massetti and Friends. My name's Jason Schultz. I'm here with Kenzie Teeting and Mike Idle, and then we bring on at the 7:30 mark out Pacific time. Oh, did we get somebody? Did we lose somebody, or did somebody come back on?
Tony.
Oh, Tony Souza.
Oh, we're gonna
We have to kick somebody
get
off.
rid of this. Yeah, because I'm like in the background.
So go ahead and take yours off. Just leave studio.
Kenzie is removing Kenzie in favor of Tony, but
Well, I
Kenzie's
got it
not
on me, right?
Yep.
now we get to puller squares. I think this is where we get the.
I might have overspread the link, but
Yeah, because we can do as many on backstage while on the
2,
screen.
4,
So some of
6,
them
8, or at 10. There's 10 squares on here already.
Well,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
But yes. Well, I've been drinking this coffee and I'm feeling a little spry, so maybe I ought to just leave. Grammy's knee is bothering her, so she won't be hard to catch. So you can cut me off if you want.
Oh,
Was that your truck? Was it his truck?
yeah.
Did we find the driver of the truck?
Oh, jeez.
Oh God, no, on him.
So this is confusing.
No.
I'm going to hell.
Yeah, I think we all are. Wow. What's up, Tony?
What up?
Thanks for joining us.
Good evening, Pam.
So I just let the grandfather go because I guess he's gonna go chase mama around.
Oh God.
God dang. I wish
gotta
we'd
turn
cut
this
him off
off.
like 30 seconds earlier.
No, hey, what's great about the internet, Brian, is we can snip that out and we can post that anytime we want. So,
Let's do that.
oh, no, it's already wrote down, buddy. Don't worry.
So we want to welcome Tony Souza, one of our Super Farm tractor competitors.
Welcome to Massetti and Friends, Souza.
What's up, fellas? What's happening? Good evening. Sorry I'm late to the party.
Well, you've been working. We understand.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
What's up?
So I don't really know what the hell we've been talking about. we were talking about GSI a little bit. Yeah. Are you guys going to make it?
Yeah.
Were we gonna make our picks? We were looking at making.
Oh,
our picks.
yeah.
Someone said if we went around and we had $100, who were we putting it on and what class? And I think that's an intriguing thought process.
Hey, who's Sonia Souza? Why is she making fun of Tony about not being able to use the computer? Is that your wife, Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah. He wants to say something, but he's afraid.
Not talk too loud.
Are the kids sleeping?
Yeah, they're sleeping.
Oh.
Oh, gotcha.
Tony's got two of the cutest little kids, thanks to Sonia. That's why they're cute.
Well, let's see a picture of Sonia then, Tony. Where is she there? Is Sonia there?
He
wants to see Sonia.
You want me to go in the bedroom?
Yes. This is what a show tonight. What a show tonight. What a show tonight.
Oh, tell it at me.
So, anyways, if everybody had $100 to put on the full pool bets.
No, she says she is not. She does not want Massetti and Friends in the bedroom. That's on our OnlyFans, the Massetti and Friends OnlyFans page. You can find us at MassettiandFriends.com OnlyFans. But that we'll market that later. Back to you, Brian.
So James had the great idea that since we're going to be able to bet real live money at the Golden State Invitational, Uncle Kev is going to spot everybody $100, and
Whoa.
so you get to pick what vehicle you're going to put your money on. Right, Jay? Is that what you were asking?
Correct.
Yeah, that's the proposition.
Any
See, I told you.
Souza. Wow. You're a stud.
Damn.
Damn.
Schultz.
Definitely got lucky on that one, fellas. Beautiful.
What are your kids' names, Tony?
Frank the Tank and Ayla Bear.
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank.
Yeah. He's huge, man. He's a little tank.
I love it. I love it.
He can already drive a chopper and a silage truck, huh?
Yeah, he pulls his tractors down the hallway I think he's got Schultz tractor out here too, pulling up and down. It blew up a couple times, but he patched it back to.
Hey, Brian, we seriously have a lot of people watching, so we should
We should.
No. I love what we're doing. People love being entertained. But have we touched on everything for GSI, or do you want to get into the betting, or how do you want to do this?
Shit, we haven't touched on anything. We were just starting the betting. Let's go around let's start with Manuel Vieira. You got $100 from Uncle Kev. Who are you gonna put it on?
In what class? Or what are we doing? What do you mean?
You pick.
Where'd Souza go? We showed a picture of his wife and then he bailed on us.
That old Garrett Reeves. You guys been pretty dialed in that class.
Ooh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Kevin. Did he just knock on the screen?
Kevin, I'm sorry.
Kevin, can you do that again? That was, hold on. We gotta get where's Kevin? No, if I do this. Why can't I make him big?
Well, Tony, since you're up on the big screen, now it's
No,
Kev.
Kevin, knock on the screen again. That was funny. Knock on your phone.
Did I knock on this? I didn't knock on. I went like
I
this.
thought he did.
I wasn't looking.
I thought when Manuel went Reeves, you were like, "Hello, what about me? I just won at that power track in Modesto."
It wasn't me. I vote for James, but we'll get to me later.
Okay.
All right, who's next? How about Tony?
I'm going for Massetti.
Attaboy.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're just gonna blanket all three of them?
Smart man.
I'm betting on Tony.
The squad operator.
So, Bree, who are you going to put your money on in what class?
The whip.
Whoa. Are we not inviting the Italian stallion?
Okay. How do we put Jason in timeout, or can we do that? Anybody have power to put Jason in timeout? There we go.
He's gone.
Thanks,
Kenzie, come back though.
Yeah.
Bree gets it.
They're both
You can invite whoever you want. She's still voting
That
for
was
the whip.
that was funny, Jason. Real funny.
You admitted it last week, I think.
Well, wait till I put my bet down.
All right. Fair enough.
Justin, who are you putting your money on?
I'd go Limited Pro and Manuel Vieira because he's my #1 sponsor.
All right.
Well
Fair
done,
enough.
Justin. Well done. Justin, is that the hood rat behind you?
Yeah, Hood Rat Reloaded. It's the new one. I sold the Hood Rat.
Are you on your phone, Justin?
Yeah.
All right, Kenzie, make him big. Kenzie, make him big. And then let's go back by the truck, Justin. We got to show the hood rat reloaded off.
Can you guys see it? No?
No, hold on. We got
Kevin. There we go.
Yeah. So what class is that in, Justin?
It's still work stock diesel.
No, you don't need to say still work stock. It's okay. I can't remember what class it was in. I love it. It's fun.
You made how many passes have you made?
Yeah, I made 2. Turlock was pretty good, and then the MJC, I had some trouble. My hitch was too high. I had to take a couple weights off to get it lower. It was just a hair too high after we aired down. So then my front tires pulled in like crazy. I think I need to get a center link for this thing. Hopefully we'll be able to get it adjusted and going better. But it runs really good. Impressed with it. It's got that stay tuned tune for everybody watching. Make sure you hit up Manuel Vieira. Stay tuned.
Does he still do the boom boom tune, or is that no more?
Manuel Vieira from Oakdale.
Yeah. I think I'm tuning every truck that's every Duramax that's at GSI this year. I'm pretty sure. Pretty cool.
Very good. James, we haven't gone to you. Where's your money going, bud?
I'm going California Haymaker, Hot Farm.
The Haymaker on the Hot Farm. That's a safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
That's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Haymaker, where's yours going?
I'm gonna take the safe bet and go with the Tasmanian Devil.
I take it back. White Claw, Brad Griffin, all my money.
How about you, Uncle Kev?
Me? I'm gonna vote for all these guys. How much can you put out?
It's not a vote, Kev. It's a bet. Like when you're at blackjack and you just
No,
keep
that's
giving
what
money
I
away.
always vote for 21. But like I'm gonna bet on all these guys because I think, are they all in the different classes or no? No.
Yeah, kind of.
One.
You're
100
just
on
not allowed
everybody.
to bet on
Let's do
manual.
it.
That's all.
I mean, Trev and Manuel are going to go head to head.
Ooh. Well, I gotta go for Trevor on that one. Sorry, man.
Is Trevor gonna have an updated turbo, or is he gonna have an older turbo?
Oh yeah, it'll be good.
Older.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think we can get one in time, to be honest with you.
No, that's seriously why I was asking, because as a betting man, I'd want to know things like that. So.
Well, Trevor kicked a lot of ass with that old turbo.
That turbo has kicked plenty of ass, so it'll do it again. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
So you're saying that's an ass-kicking turbo?
Oh yeah.
That's what we were going to name it, but we wanted to keep it cleaner.
Well, your dad's chasing your mama around right now in their house, so I think.
Oh, come on, you didn't have. There's some things you can just let go, Jason.
Oh no, that's forever. That's a forever. He said, "I had a coffee. I'm feeling a little
cup of coffee."
And Joan's knees hurting, so I think it's going to be easy to catch her. I think those are his factors.
Yeah. Hey, we all heard it the first time, buddy. We didn't hear it again.
Wait, it's one thing like to hear your parents having sex when you're like 15, but it's another thing to know that your dad's chasing your mom around right now and you're 50. I'm gonna say. Just saying, bro.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
No, hell yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm like, go, Dad.
Anyways, I think we came on to talk about truck and tractor pulling tonight.
I'm telling you, this is a popular show tonight, Massetti and Friends. We are gonna. We are legit gonna make this we're gonna sign you guys up.
Well, I have got to change the subject completely. So
Jesus.
Tony Souza, Sonia's texting him from the bedroom. Hurry up, babe, get this over. The kids are sleeping.
Hey, I got some exciting news I want to share right here on Massetti and Friends. So if you follow Full Pull East or Richard Love or Decision Makers, the red General Tire sled that Logan Thomas has been running for quite a while, she's getting real close to California. She's gonna be home here tomorrow.
Are you gonna have like a parade, like when the kids win state football, they all come into town?
No, when Mr. Reeve calls me and says, "Hey, I'm getting close," I'm gonna go open the gate to the world headquarters, and he's gonna pull on in, and she'll be home for good. So I want to thank Donnie and Lori Reeve and Spike and Stacy from Reeve Trucking. They've been really busy just in general, and then they helped out PG&E and all the good fine folks in Georgia and the areas that got hit hard by the hurricanes, hauled a bunch of loads out there. And so Donnie and Lori went out, and then they sent their empty trailer home and drove on over to Benson, North Carolina, and met up with Richard and his crew. And Saturday night they started heading west, and they've been putting the miles behind them, and we're gonna have another sled here in a couple days or tomorrow. So pretty exciting. We were trying to kind of keep it under the wraps. Trev's over there got dark hands, but anyhow, so breaking news, we got another sled coming. So it's
you guys are gonna have two sleds. So MLM's gonna have two sleds now.
MLM has two sleds. One is that one right there, and one looks a lot like that, but it's a beautiful blue. So
you said it's coming home. Does this mean that it came from California originally, or like this is a recent purchase, or walk me through the finer details of what I'm missing right here?
Yeah, I didn't say that right. She's headed to her new home in California.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a well-known, well-seen sled, and it is now an addition to the ever-growing league that you guys are developing out there.
Yes, that's a much more eloquent way of saying it.
Well,
he's an English teacher. He's an English teacher.
And I operate a sled on the weekends for fun. So I guess that tells you the difference between the two of us. But
hey, if I come out there, can I ride in the sled? That's like always been the one thing in pulling I've wanted to do and I've never gotten to do. I want to watch a pull from the interior of the sled.
100%.
Dude, that would be. Jason, have you ever ridden in a sled before?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I rode in Massetti's sled.
That would be the most fun. Like outside of announcing, that would probably be the next best way to watch a tractor pull. That would be.
It is the
awesome.
It's the roughest. It's the roughest ride of your life. It's insane when that when that box tops off. You go for a ride. I was in there with some super semis once, and it is legit. And some big mods. Holy crap! So,
or even a rough track, you just get thrown around like a rag doll back there. But it's fun. It's a good time.
Well, congratulations. Yeah, that's a well-recognized sled. That's one that's been around. You know, people know that one. Super cool.
No, it is. It's a good unit. And not that young fella, but the other young fella in these pictures is Logan Thomas, who's been running this sled for a long time. And he's going to be out here at the Invitational. He's going to run it for us. So we're excited to have that. And also, I didn't forget, I just failed to mention that Miss Bree up there is a very good sled operator also. At James's graduation pool party, she ran the blue sled there at the headquarters for most of the day. And I sat in the passenger seat and she ran it. So we, our team of sled operators is ever growing. We got got another trainee coming on board pretty soon to learn how to run this one and the blue one, and we're going to be in good shape.
That's awesome, Brian.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I would be.
It's a huge step. Buying the first one was a huge step, and it really elevated the sport out here. And now the second one hopefully just helps elevate us to the next level. So.
Who's the biggest sled operator? Would Bungart's, like, if there's like a one person or one company that has like the most sleds of anyone in the nation, would it be the Bungart crew? Or they like, they've got like 7 of them or something like that, don't they?
I would think so, but Jason, you know better than me.
I'm counting how many Bauer has, and then in my head,
I think Bauer's got 4.
Bungart leaves one in Texas pretty much all summer long. I'm trying to somebody else can. I don't know. I would think it's either Bungart or Bauer.
It'd be one of the two of them.
Yeah.
Richard, decision maker, Richard Love, they're running 3 big and 1 mini sled. So, and I would assume that Bungart's the biggest, because I know they also have a number of bigs in the mini sled. So.
Well, let's let it's Massetti and friends, Brian. Let's start asking your friends some questions, because I just feel bad they're just staring at the screen.
I know. I apologize. I've been.
No. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that. But this is honestly really fun, and we got to figure out how to get everybody engaged. You know what I mean?
So I'm going to start, and I'll start up in the corner with Bree and Trevor. I want you to pick your favorite class that you don't compete in.
That's hard, because between Cal Poly and MLM, we compete in half of
them. Hey, answer the question, kid. You don't want your feelings. Answer the question.
Let's see.
Okay, you can pick one that you don't. You can't pick limited Pro Star.
Okay, I'd pick the twin engine tractor class, the mod tractors.
Fair enough.
What about you?
I was going to say that.
What's your favorite one of those, Bree? I already know. You don't have to answer. It's the whip.
Yeah.
All right.
He didn't know how to say Melanesios, so that was weird, right?
This guy, I tell you.
Massetti and Friends, just so you know, everybody, Massetti and Friends is also it's a pilot as well of the Let's Grow Pulling podcast. So Mr. Massetti and his friends need to remember who the other Godfather. Whatever. I'm just trying to be funny. So.
All right, Justin, down to you, buddy. No work stock. What's your favorite class out there?
It would either be the Pro or the Super Farms, one or the other. About time. Okay. What about you, Brian? What's your favorite?
My favorite?
If you guys aren't in.
My favorite is whichever one's hooked up to the sled because it's going to be fun no matter what.
That's good answer. Good answer.
Yeah. But really, I mean, you've ridden with me before and you've seen how much fun it is in a sled. It's cool.
Yeah.
So, definitely. Tony Souza, Mr. Super Farm.
Going with a hop farm class.
Are you going for the 8,500 or the 12,000?
Well, that's a loaded question.
You can just say the hop farms. It's okay. All right, that's a good answer. Hey, your buddy, your Logan. It was good to see him this weekend. Logan Silvera with that tractor.
Yeah, he pulled in the 85, wasn't it?
Yes. So neat to see him. Hopefully, we get to see him more coming out.
Yeah, maybe like 30 grand. That tractor.
I didn't hear all that, but I think
We're gonna get Tony Souza some better internet next time we come out there.
all right.
My phone's dying.
Oh. Well, hang in there, little buddy.
Baby.
All right, Kev. It's up to you, buddy. Favorite class?
Favorite class that we're not pulling in?
Mm-hmm.
I know. I like those, like the 5,500 pound, like stock class. When the dude gets out there and he's slapping the side of the door as he's pulling and he's bouncing and the crowd's going nuts. And he breaks his drive line. He keeps going. That's my favorite.
Fair enough. Thank you. Manuel?
Pro stock diesel when it's all loaded up when everybody's out there.
The pro stock?
Yeah, pro stock pickup for diesels.
Yep. Hey, we've got some serious ones now.
Yeah.
Manuel, what's your Facebook page? Manuel, what's your Facebook page?
My name? I don't know. I don't use Facebook that much.
I thought you have a business.
No, it's just.
Well, Manuel is the largest tuner of diesel pickups this side of the Mississippi. I mean, people ship you shit to tune, right?
Yeah, I do all kinds of stuff.
But
Canada, everywhere.
But you don't even have to advertise as like a business. It's your real business is farming, right?
Yeah. Just a little side deal that went kind of crazy.
Yeah. I think he's trying to avoid talking about this for some reasons.
I mean, I'm in California. I don't know.
I forgot. Anyways, John Boy, white chocolate Spielman. Let's get Manuel out of trouble here. What's your favorite class?
I do miss the minis, but I think the twin engines is what you got right.
So hard.
Yeah, so
okay. Fair enough. Some exciting news for that modified tractor class. We've obviously we have Jason Schultz's favorite Steve Melanasio Italian Stallion out here. It is a bad machine. There's no lying. It is going to win.
All I do is hand trophies to him. So I've been to 2 GSIs, and him and Bisaglia, I feel like I've handed the most trophies to. So I'm just being honest, Brian.
It's true.
As the host of Let's Go Pulling, as I talk to my Massetti and Friends segment here, brought to you by who's our sponsor, Brian?
Our sponsor is Mike Idle's history class.
Okay, so Massetti and Friends brought to you by Mike Idle's history class.
Yeah. They're not paying too well yet, but they're going to. It's going to work out.
Spielman, what's in your cup?
What's in my cup?
Yeah.
Nothing anymore. Wait.
Well, what was in your cup, Spielman?
Pendleton.
That boy.
Back to the
October, Jason?
What's that?
You're not doing sober October?
Sober October.
No, I was until the 1st, and then I actually said sober October. We were somewhere, and then I didn't do it. So
last weekend.
It's better if I don't.
I'm gonna try that.
I don't.
I'm gonna try for the rest of October not to drink. The twin engine class we've been talking about. So we have the Jason favorite Melanesio entry. We have our little tractor that tries to compete. We've got Nick Gorell's twin turbine. We have Garrett Forbes and his turboed Allison. We have Bree and the Cal Poly team and their twin Chevrolet unit right there that's having a little work done. And this year, we've got a couple more coming out. Donnie Fagundes of Max Cackle Power Sports and the Max Cackle tractor. They're building a twin engine that's hopefully going to debut at the Golden State Invitational. 2 Sullivan Racing engine Hemis going to be bolted on that. And then Paul Barcelos from Kane Trucking down in the Tulare, Hanford area. Recently purchased the Corzines, was it second degree burnt or third degree? Second degree chassis.
Yep.
And then 2 more Sullivan Racing Vinny Hemis are going on that. So that modified tractor class is going to be stacked, and it's going to be a tough one. So we're looking forward to that. That would be a good. Now those 2 tractors I just mentioned are very close to being done. They've never pulled yet. Donnie had told me a week or so ago that he may be firing his up that week. So hopefully that all went well for him. But we are excited to add these guys to the classes. So, yeah. What's Trev got going on over there?
I do not know how to flip the camera, so we're gonna just go.
Putting the flywheel back on.
Thank you.
That's pretty good stuff, I guess, huh?
Good boy, Trev.
Engine sticker always been on that tractor.
The what?
That Sullivan Racing engine sticker that looks new. No.
Yeah, he just redid their motors last winter.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That a lot.
So, James, since you're the only other one at school here and you're in English class still, how did they have those beautiful pictures of pullers on the wall behind you in English class?
Technically, that's classified, but I'll tell you. So, this building closed 4 hours ago, I believe. But there's like these little there's these little trim pieces on the door that you can like bend in front of the door so they don't automatically lock. And then it's just fair game, I think. So, yeah. So then this is the 3rd floor of that building, and I didn't know if the rooms were unlocked or anything, but apparently they all are. And then the little projectors, you just sign into the computer over there. And that's just free game for anybody, I think.
Somebody was asking about the semi behind James.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to plug in my little laptop, but there's the sled.
Yeah.
So, I might just leave it until English class tomorrow morning. We'll see.
Is that your first class of the day tomorrow?
No, but it might be the first one I go to.
Okay.
That's the best answer I have ever heard. As a person who spent 6 years in undergraduate college, it took me a long time to graduate. Like, I really appreciate that answer. That was, yes, well said. Why are you back in a classroom, though? Like, you couldn't pay me to go back to a classroom if I wasn't required to be.
Yeah, that's fair. It's pretty nice though. I mean, it's quiet. I have the whole building, all the amenities.
You got good internet, yeah.
Good internet, my own little elevator.
James, you're at Texas A&M or you're at Texas? You're at SMU, right?
SMU, yeah.
Do you guys have a good football team this year?
We actually do. We moved up a league, and now we're ranked 21st on the AP polls, so that's pretty solid.
You had some Mustangs, right? SMU Mustangs?
Mustangs, yeah. We beat Florida State the other week. We got a couple bye weeks, but yeah, we're looking pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
So while James has been in Dallas going to school, he's already hit a truck and tractor pool nearby, and then NHRA drags this past weekend. So
What truck and
definitely,
tractor pull did you go to, James?
That was in Abilene. It was a Texas Tractor Pull Association.
TPA.
TTT, whatever. Titties.
Yep. Titties and Tractors Pulling Association. Not a technical. The president of that club is Kevin Massetti. You might know him. He also has 2 T's in his name, but so do you. Kevin uses it properly. Welcome to Massetti and Friends. My name is Jason Schultz. I'm here with Kenzie Teeting, Mike Idle. Every night we get hijacked, hour and a half into our highly
Every night.
every night, yeah.
Every Monday night.
Every Monday night we bring on
feels like
Massetti and Friends. So, Souza, bring Souza back up.
He exited the
Oh, Sonia said we're gonna make another Frank the Tank. So I like it.
Coffee.
Give me Manuel back. I want to interview these guys a little bit. I'm gonna grill them. When Manuel, when did you start pulling?
I think like 2010 or so.
Okay. And what did you start with?
It was a Duramax.
Duramax.
It was like my right out of high school pickup, and cost me a lot of headache along the way.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Is it the same pickup you run now, or no? This one came.
No,
after.
it was a different. It's a different one.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody saw that comment, but Tony's phone did die.
Well, Tony, thanks for joining us while you could. Appreciate it.
Brian, that's Tony of the Souza Memorial Truck Show, right?
No, that's actually Soza, Soza.
Geez, I did that before. Okay.
Yeah, no, Tony and his brother Craig and their uncle Paul all run super farms out here.
Okay.
And they're in the chopping business and silage hauling, I guess.
Manuel,
Go time.
Manuel, I want to get a picture of your truck up. Where can I find a picture of your truck?
There's a few on my Facebook page. I mostly use like the Instagram or whatever.
Manuel, talk a little bit about kind of how you got to where you are with Stay Tuned, or when it was Little White, and you go back. How fast did you used to drag race that exact pickup?
I mean, it's always kind of been set up for sled pulling, but I kind of did, the drag racing thing, sand drag racing. It's went 10.03 at 149 or 139 miles an hour. But it weighed 6,500 pounds when I would do that, with a 6-inch lift on it. And it was a little sketchy. After I had my boy, I was like, yeah, we're done doing that. But
So that's this year, right? This picture that he just showed.
Is this the current truck, Manuel?
What was that?
Is this the current truck?
Yeah.
Okay. And Trevor, this is a 3.0. You hook with Trevor?
Yeah.
Okay. How many times have you beat Trevor this year?
I don't even know. It's been being a pain. It's kind of fighting me this year. It's a couple steps away. It needs a little bit to be a little bit more mechanical would be nice sometimes, but I don't know. I'm fighting a gremlin right now. It runs really good, but
nice.
Hoping to get it dialed in before GSI. This is kind of the new rendition. This year. I think the first pull was in August, but now it's like a full. I can only pull it. Where before I did a bunch of stuff with it.
Right. Oh, it's good looking rig. Good looking rig, buddy.
It's very clean. Very clean.
Thank you. It's close. It made one solid pass in Hollister. But yeah, I'm just fighting a little fueling or electrical gremlin right now. It's kicking my ass.
All good stuff in there.
Cool. Who do you got pictures of next? Did you find anything from Suva?
No,
Susan?
he has nothing.
Suva doesn't have any pictures on his
Yeah, I
tractor.
got a question real quick.
Yeah.
Dad, what would you torque the flywheel bolts to on this thing?
That's convenient.
I think 110
Oh shit. Okay.
No.
or 85. I don't remember. I got it written down.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah,
tight,
there
bro.
you go.
Lucky on that one.
Yeah. There's a bunch of good-looking women in California married to pullers. We're 2 for 2.
Hey.
Souza and now Manuel. Nice job. Like,
Find where's the pictures of your little guy there from Turlock? Man, not on there, I guess. Huh?
I think all that stuff's on my Instagram. I don't know. I'm
probably.
terrible with the social media thing. I kind of post like everything on my like Instagram story, and then it all disappears. It's Vieira Bro 89.
yeah, every 24 hours. Say that one more time, bud.
It's Vieira Bro 89. Vierra. Bro. V. Yeah, VIE. RRA.
Last name.
Right there.
Right
Yeah.
there.
There it is.
Yeah. Like I said, I kind of post stuff on my story and kind of disappears. I try to. That was a good run. That first one was a pretty good. That's kind of the only good run I've got out of it this year, unfortunately.
Where's this at?
That was in Trespino, Ulster area, I guess. Kind of been trying to hit anything I can just to kind of fine tune it in.
Yeah.
Getting a little nervous for GSI. Getting a little close for my liking. It had a terrible, terrible pass at MJC. It was really bad.
Yeah, yes, Sonia, definitely.
There's your site.
Yeah. He's scaring me. He's a big tractor guy already.
It won't be long.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. He already loves going. It's a blast.
Mm-hmm. Justin, how much younger is Blake than Manuel's little guy and Heath?
They're pretty close in age. Blake just turned 1 in August. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's 18 months right now.
Yeah.
They'll be competing against each other in a few years.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Cool. So, James, do you have anything else we need to know about from Dallas besides breaking and entering and sleeping through class? Anything?
Well, what do you want to know about? I mean,
well, it's something we can talk about. Like, Mom's in the other room watching, so.
Wow. 3 for 3. Justin,
lucky.
what's going on here?
It was my boss's birthday party, and he threw a ball.
Yep.
Okay, it's not as kinky as I thought. All right, we'll move
on. There's the whole crew.
Yeah, I got a herd.
Love it. Love it. Oh, whoa. That's my new screensaver, Justin.
I
don't know how you talked her into doing that.
That was my wedding gift for our wedding.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Oh, look at I don't know. I think Massetti and Trent's might be a one and done kind of show.
I think so. Jeez.
Yeah, Brian, just say that's my crazy friend from Wisconsin. Just blame it all on me.
I say that so often, Jason. Yeah.
Oh, hey, we're chugging beers. These are my people. These are my people out there.
So you see the guy like the. It looks like Brittany's elbowing with her right elbow in the temple.
Yeah.
That's Dan, right, Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah. That dude can shotgun a beer in what, about a quarter of a second?
Yeah. Nobody's beat him that I've ever seen. Some people came close, but I've never seen anyone beat him.
We had to get him and Tyler Slaw together.
Yeah.
Last year, Jonathan shotgunned 30 beers, and every round, I'm going to beat Dan the next round. I don't think that either one of them could walk.
No.
I'm not excited to see him at GSI.
You went to bed early last week or last year, I mean, Manuel.
Yeah, because of him.
Yeah. There's our boy Wade.
Yeah.
The man Allen right there too.
Yeah, that's a good post. You guys take the time to read that one. That's a good one.
It's very good.
I'll answer this question here. I don't know about better than Bowling Green, but there's some good events here. Just on the tractor side, but
It's Christie's in the other room.
yeah, still some cool stuff to look at.
Well done, Jay. Well done. So, John Spielman, how did you get involved in tractor pulling and then building tracks?
I don't know how I got involved in building tracks. I went with a friend to do like a antique pool, and that was okay. And we built a little tractor, was playing around, and ended up hooking up with Brian and going to his events. And pretty sure I got sick of watching somebody drive a scraper around and just took over one time. Sound accurate. And then I've been stuck there ever since, I think. But I don't know. I don't want to go there all day and just sit around. So it's it's like family now. You have all your buddies, and you go out and you do your work, and it's what we like to do.
Yep.
Was that a good explanation?
Yeah, I remember somewhere you said, "Hey, do you want me to go jump on that tractor and do this a little bit?" It's kind of what I do. And I said, "Hey, if you don't mind." And next thing I know, now I just have to say, "Hey, do you have all the equipment lined up? We got everything going. We need everything. We're good." It's pretty cool. And
go ahead.
This picture was taken by John sitting on the boom of a reach lift because it looked pretty cool outside the building at Modesto this weekend. And I said, man, if we could get on that roof, it'd be an awesome picture. And then John went and got the reach lift and parked it, and Brad jumped in and just boomed him up there, and he took the pictures. So I'm pretty sure he had his OSHA harness and all that crap on. But
you guys see John Bohr right down there in the bottom right taking a picture of Spielman?
Yeah.
We have to find that picture, and I'll post that now. Go through Bohr's.
Oh, he's on right now.
John, send us that picture.
I'm pretty
He
sure.
started with his daddy, Tony Beats in the Yukon. That's the best comment of the night. All right, let's get a picture of Spielman and Tony Beats side by side.
Oh, we did that.
Did we do that already?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I kind of remember doing that one night. So Bree, we heard about James's party situation at SMU. What's the parties like at Cal Poly?
Couldn't tell you. I've been at your house every single weekend.
Yes, you have, and that's better for you guys. You come home and go tractor pulling, and everything's more better.
Yeah.
More better.
Yeah, we James.
Mike.
You and I, we should go check on James.
Yep.
Yep. AKA, yep.
I heard there's a big rodeo coming up.
Are you riding the bull?
You got to ride the bull.
Well, I mean, if you're going to fly out, if you're going to go through all that effort, probably.
Well, James should ride a bull, yeah. All right, we're in.
All right.
James is a bull rider. I mean, he's practically professional level almost.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Kinda. He didn't die, so that's what I was really worried about.
You can
'Cause
still,
got
kind
your
of
bruise.
see. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but the lighting's bad. My arm's still red.
Still.
Yeah. It was a good time though.
Yeah.
They said hang on.
Yeah.
Well, I am contracted for 1 hour of Massetti and Friends, and we're running over now, which is my way of saying it's freaking almost 11 o'clock in the Midwest, and I want to go to bed. But I do have so I saw these two pictures. Thank you, Kevin Massetti, for sending these to me. I saw a meme the other day that says OSHA is a reason there's still stupid people left in the United States, because there was a time where you just died when you did stupid stuff, and then but now that OSHA keeps people alive, now OSHA's keeping people alive, and then they breed and they make more stupid people. That's why we have so many stupid people. But no, I'm not saying. But I just thought this picture.
So OSHA is the reason my job is so hard.
Yes.
As a teacher.
Yeah.
Human, you straddling that big guy, or just sit up there?
I actually work at heights all the time, so I'm just sitting up there.
He's like, whatever.
Big deal.
He was kind of just sitting side saddle there. Oh.
All right, so let's wrap this up. What GSI? Give me the November 8th and 9th. Let's go through it, Brian.
November 8th and 9th, Friday and Saturday, starts at 6 p.m. both nights. Madera Speedway. 13 classes of competition. We've got the best of the best coming. It's going to be great. Puller's meals both days. Full pull live stream broadcast. Full pull bets, real money betting. Don't forget to check in with Uncle Kev for your $100 bill to bet with. I think you probably got to have a credit card. I think this is a cashless system, and I would think. But maybe we'll work something else out. I don't know. There'll be first time ever in California, 2 Terminator sleds on the track. Gonna be awesome. 1 red, 1 blue. We're gonna find something. We'll put the hood rat and Stay Tuned in front of them, so we could be all kind of patriotic, red, white, and blue. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be very fun. Hood rat reloaded. Sorry. Yep. The t-shirt cannon will be there, I'm sure, about 2 a.m. Bree will be trying to shoot Jason again in the back of the head. Hopefully Jason keeps his pants pulled up this time.
I was just mooning her for a target. That's what's going on.
You say beer cannon?
No.
Yeah,
no.
I had video of that on my phone.
No. We don't have a hospital here anymore. So no.
Hey, real quick, obviously pulling's really growing out west because of you guys. I'm gonna go around the room. This will be the last question. Like, James, what do we need to do more of? I mean, I know we're going in the right way. All right, we're moving an upwards trend and growing pulling in California and the West Coast. But what more needs to happen, James, in your mind? And this is coming around to everybody.
I think our shows just need to be more full, like more t-shirts, more music, like just the full all-encompassing experience. We got the pulling aspect down.
So you want, what do you say, music? Like, you mean like in between hooks, like the DJ?
In between the hooks, yeah. We got to dial in our show a little bit.
So more entertaining.
Yeah, but it's hard to do when we're stretched out, the people in the show. So it's a hard thing to accomplish, but yeah.
Where there's a will,
there's a will, there's a way. That's
and there's
right.
2 T's and 1 I in Massetti. That's all I'm going to say. 2 T's, 1 I. Justin.
Yeah.
KVT. Hood rat, hoochie mama. You ain't nothing but a hoochie mama. Hood rat, hoochie mama. Is that 2 Live Crew? Kevo, is that 2 Live Crew? Yeah, it is.
Yes, we listened to it on the way down.
We
to
did.
Tennessee.
Justin, you know that song?
Yes, I do. You sang it to me
good.
last. Yes, I don't know if you remember that.
Was I drinking?
You were hammered, yes. You were
Yes.
arguing with me about my jacket because you told me that you won at Bowling Green, pulled at Bowling Green, and I said, yeah, but you don't have MLM championship jackets.
That's right.
I remember that. I was right there for that. Yep.
That's the best. Does Donnie Reeve have all of his teeth this year?
It was just
You think-
one.
Did Donnie chip a tooth or something last year and I was picking on him about it?
Yeah, right before this jacket incident, you were picking on him.
fun.
You could say that.
What? No, I was fun last year. And if you guys don't want me back, I'm coming anyway for full life. So you're stuck with me this year. So. JT, JVT.
Well, we didn't get to hear
what do you got? What do we need to do more of? Massetti, this is kind of like a legit thing we're working on here, Brian, just so you know.
I'm taking notes.
Okay, good. Christy,
I would say
okay.
more of what James said, getting the fans more involved. Because some of the shows we have are like sold out with fans. And then you go to the next one and there's hardly anyone there. You know, it seems like it's hit and miss where the show is. So that's one thing I think that would make it a lot better. We could sell out every show. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Bree, what do we need to do more of to grow pulling on the West Coast?
Let's get some more college age kids involved. We had 4 new freshmen come to the Modesto poll, and I had asked them while we were putting the sled back, like what they thought of it, and their faces just lit up, and they were so excited to be there. Yeah.
Got it.
I agree.
Kevo.
Yeah, I think what everybody else said. Just got to get the word out, get more people coming, more people in the stands, maybe more T-shirts. James, that's a pretty good idea. Maybe more music. Shoot a couple more beers out of that cannon. I think we're doing it. You guys are everybody's involved. Everybody's doing. Seems like it's really coming along. So I don't know. Maybe just keep doing what we're doing and add a little more when we can.
Yep. Spielman?
You guys all gave serious answers. I've been advocating cheerleaders to bring in. We need cheerleaders between the trucks. Crowd fun. Kevin agrees.
Yeah.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Cheerleaders.
We could have walk-up music. You know, play a distinct song when the hood rat drives up or something.
I can probably get a team of cheerleaders, Madera High, to the poll if we want that.
Over 18 would be better.
No. Just actual cheerleaders to cheer, to lead the cheering. We could do that.
Okay. We're gonna keep moving on. Manuel.
I'm super happy with how everything's going, but just got to make sure to try to keep like the next generation of pullers interested. You know what I mean? Like in the future. But other than that, I think everything's great.
Do I get to answer or no?
Yeah, of course you can. Sorry.
I was waiting for you to ask.
Brian, what do we need to grow?
Well, I think
California.
everybody should have a lap dog, first of all. But I think everybody's right with what they've said. I like the music idea. I like all of that. I like getting younger generations involved. I love the fact that a lot of our pullers, Manuel, Justin, Trey, Tyler's got young kids. There's so many young kids that's our next generation, if you will. I don't know. Our next generation's already started with Garrett, Trent Powell, Tyler Powell's coming up. So we've got that. We do have some good younger generations, but what I would like to see, and we are working on it, is I want to see some big points funds. I want to build the points funds up for each class, and I want it to be worth commercial. I want it to be. I want the pullers to get more out of it. I want them to be a bigger return for them at the end of the year. And there are some things we're working on doing that. We're going to try to start that in 2025. And I'd like to see us be able to grow that side of it, which it sounds real easy, but we're talking about trying to get a lot of money so we can give a lot of people a little bit, if that makes sense. So many pullers
That makes
involved. It's huge, huge numbers get divided up. So, so that's what I'd like to see. And we're working towards that. I'd like to see a red sled too.
It's on its way. It's on its way. So,
yep.
Well, this wraps up another fine edition of Massetti and Friends, brought to you by the Let's Grow Pulling team here. We're excited to have our friends from the West Coast. And when I say friends, I legitimately mean it, Kevin. So I really do like you. I know I pick on you a lot, but I want to thank James and Brian and JVT, Hoodrat, Bree, and
J-Dog, give me a high five.
James. Yep.
Nice.
Boy, Jay. Thanks.
Good job, guys.
Spielman, Manuel, and our friends from the West Coast for coming on tonight. This has been great, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and,
thank you all for joining us.
We'll do this again every Monday night at 7:30 Pacific, 9:30 Central, 10:30 on the East Coast. For those of you that hey, who won Monday Night Football tonight? Does anybody know?
What's Monday Night Football?
Well, I like Aaron Rodgers. He's played for the Packers.
Do they have fall break out there?
Yeah, do you guys have fall break out there for high school kids?
What?
Fall break? No, we were in Tennessee this past weekend for TNT Truck and Tractor Pull, and it's crazy busy. We're down in the Smoky Mountains in Sevierville, and the kids have fall break. They get a week off for fall break.
Bills beat the Jets.
James had 2 days off last week, right?
I had 2 days last week.
For what?
For Dad's birthday?
Yeah.
Birthday.
I thought they gave him time off because it was my birthday, so they closed school.
Yeah.
Miss City, you're a big deal in Madera, but not in Dallas. Okay, just so you know, I want to be square.
I know, buddy. I'm not even that big of a deal here.
Your dad is.
Yeah.
At the hour 54 mark, I got that mark down. I have been drinking coffee, dude. That was what a show.
Yeah, what a show.
What a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, do what you do. Get the video ready, Kenzie.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching another awesome edition of Let's Grow Pulling. Thank you for Massetti and Friends for coming on. Be sure to check out that GSI, the Golden State Invitational, coming up just under a month away. Folks, have an awesome rest of your week. Pulling is fun.
All you guys stay on here because we're going to chat after we go on live. Hit the button.
Let's make some noise. Good running. John Deere, Animal Deep Iowa coming up. We got one right behind you.